I'll be loyal to you, master. I'll be loyal to you.
This podcast is sponsored by RealComicBooks.com. RealComicBooks.com. RealComicBooks.com.
That's right, people. Here we are again every Tuesday night, same time, 9:15 p.m. Eastern for you East Coast folks. All right, here we go. You know what? Since our first show, we had our artist talking back. Pretty good review. People were like, I like it. And we decided on the same show, I got to go with Ryan. I said, you know what? We're going to have a part 2. And what's going on, Bronson? Bronson is always the first guy. We're going to start giving a giveaway to the first guy to ever pop in and say hello. It's going to be either Bronson or Peter. So we said, all right, let's bring in some people in, right? And one guy dropped out, which is all right. We'll have him someday on the other show, because this is not going to stop. We're probably going to have a part 3 of this topic. I wouldn't be surprised, Ryan, if we do this once every month and just bring in a whole different artist once every month, you know? But let's go ahead and let's get this going. We did get a really cool artist. I felt like we've been kind of crossing ships in the night, but this is the first time he's actually on my podcast. The first time I actually got to see his real face. All right, here we go. Let's bring in the best color man in the business, my little Habibi. Oh, there he is. Oh, I gotta tell you, Dad, you get prettier and prettier. I don't know if it's the. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was Ryan. It is Dan.
I was thinking, this is the second time since COVID that movies have had a $4 billion summer, and I think it's because of our podcast.
You know what? I agree. I'm going to actually agree to that, because if we only did this podcast when was it Carter, Man from Mars or whatever? If that came out, that would have made $1 billion.
Gotta hate on a movie I love. You had to go there.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't that bad.
Damn it.
Then we have let's see who we got here. We got the brother from another. Oh, look at that. Ish.
We got seven movies at about $1 billion this year. That's bigger than.
Isn't that crazy?
It's never happened before. I don't think it's ever happened before, has it?
Twice since COVID, they said. I think that was
not 7.
No, they're talking about the general amount of revenue in the summer.
Oh, okay, yeah.
This high of revenue in the summer movie.
That hit $1 billion this year.
Wow, I'm impressed. All right, now let's start bringing in the talent. The real reason why everyone's here. Let's bring in our secret. Huh? What's that? Am I choppy? No, I think Dan's choppy. Let's go with Ryan.
What's up, everybody?
You're good.
I just got back from a cruise.
Guy up top.
Somehow I'm whiter.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Ryan's
Caesar,
I always say
losing Caesar here.
No.
Are we? No. We're losing you. Probably losing hair. That's what's going on. All right, let's bring in the new artist guest on this podcast. First time.
The new blood.
The new blood, very talented Josh C. Lyman.
Come on, guys. How you doing?
Yeah,
tonight?
man. Doing all right. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna talk about some stuff, maybe some controversial things. We're gonna talk about things that's gonna make people wonder. We're gonna talk about things that's gonna get people angry. Yes.
Pin the comment, por favor.
Yes. I'm going to pin that comment. Okay.
He even warned you earlier.
No, he did. Well, I actually cut him off mid-sentence. All right. Here we go, man. Let's get into it, people. You know, Ryan has the list for us, and it's always fun that Ryan's got a list because it makes my job a lot easier.
Yeah, you don't have to come up with that today.
I don't have to come up with anything today.
Best thing ever.
Lists are good. Let's first real quickly, because I know people are going to ask, because they always do. Past couple of days, there was a recording of Rob Liefeld basically when asked if he ever draw Batman, absolute Batman, and he emphatically said, for $1 million, aka I'm never going to draw Batman. Batman doesn't do anything for me. Fuck Batman. In a sense, he didn't necessarily say that, but he has his feelings about Batman. Everyone's losing their mind. Me, I give two shits. The dude doesn't want to draw it. The dude doesn't want to draw it.
That's not why people are losing their mind.
Yeah,
Okay,
so I was on a cruise. I had zero internet for 4 days. It was wonderful, by the way.
Oh yeah,
we should make that a routine, like a yearly purge.
Yeah,
like,
right.
I'm not kidding, Josh.
A week you go no Wi-Fi.
I had no connection. I saw bits and pieces today of stuff going on. So Ish, fill me in on what happened. Like what's going on with all that?
It was because it wasn't just that he doesn't like Batman. I'm not a Batman guy. It was that the guy who asked him then said to him, "Oh, hey, man, you know, I just wanted to see you draw absolute Batman, dude." And he goes, "Yeah, you know, I get it." And then he realizes the guy calls him dude, and he goes, "And if you call me dude again," he goes, "as a matter of fact," he just blocked him. He goes, "I'm fucking Rob Liefeld. I'm not your fucking friend. Don't call me dude." And like he just has this tantrum because he called him
Stay
dude.
humble.
And then straight blocked him.
Stay humble.
That's what it was. It was and I quote, I'm Rob fucking Liefeld. I'm not your friend. I'm a hot artist, whatever the case may be. Don't call me dude." The guy just said, "I just wanted to see you draw absolute Batman, dude."
Okay. He said, "I'm not." He said, "I'm not your buddy." He said, "I'm not your buddy at the bar."
Yes, that.
You know, he goes, "I'm not your buddy at the bar for you to call me dude. Call me a dude one more time." He goes, "You know what? Forget it. I'm just gonna block you here now." So I guess it's just this. You're right. It's not the whole absolute Batman thing. I guess it was the attitude of how it came about. Right. There's tons of people who don't like him. But as Josh and I we're talking in the green room, he still has his followers. He still has his people. Right. He still has this. So he gives two shits if you like him or if you don't like him. Someone's still going to buy his stuff.
I mean, he's proven that time and time again. And like, I love Rob. Rob has always been kind to me, my family. I look at it this way when it comes to that kind of stuff. Rob has been attacked for how many decades now? Like, just people just go, like, we'll find a reason to just go. So I think at this point, it's just second nature for him to be like, fuck this.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean? Like, just cut it off at the source before it gets to any problem. And the same thing I tell my kids about text messages. You can't get context or emotion or sarcasm or any of that.
Yeah, there's no tone in text.
You can't do it.
Yeah.
So we don't know if Liefeld took it wrong. We don't know if the guy was actually taking a jab. We don't know shit about that. So it could be handled many different ways. But if I were Rob, I get it, man. Like if I was attacked for 20 years over, feet and like certain covers for no reason. How many people draw feet? You know how many of us hide feet?
What do you really care if you're taking shit about the feet you draw when you're laughing all the way to the bank anyway?
No, and that's why he doesn't. That's why he just blocks. And people,
but I guess that's what I'm getting at. Like, if you're at that level, do you care what people even call you anymore?
I'm sure. Honestly, at a point, you just get tired of hearing shit. If I made fun of your haircut for 20 years, you'd probably be like, you know what, Ryan, piss off. You could be a millionaire and just get tired of hearing shit.
I don't know. Maybe I'm cut a little bit differently, and I mean I'm a tale of two schools with Rob. Like, first of all, I respect his background. Like, I mean, if you see what he's done for his family, I think his dad was sick when he was coming up. Like, and he was doing a lot there. And I respect him and his family, his sense of family. I really like that kind of, and I do like when he was at New York Comic Con, the way he was really leaning into the whole feet thing. He's like, hey, look how many feet are in Youngblood. You know, he was like, making a joke about it, which was good. I think that's good spirited. I think though, when you see people that are successful with ego, I know that everybody should have a little bit of ego. There's nothing wrong with it. But when you see it come out like that, like block, don't call me dude. I don't know, man. I don't like that. I don't know why. It's something about me as I'm getting older. I don't want to see people's egos. I mean, call me whatever you want. I don't give a shit what you call me.
I think it was very, very, very uncalled for. It was really spontaneous. And what I didn't like about it was you could tell because he was reading it and responding to this guy cool until he got to the dude part, and then he starts to chastise him for it. He's like, you know what, fuck it. My words, and then he just like blocks him, and it's like it was so spontaneous, that I thought it was uncalled for. Like it was like genuine arrogance / anger. Now let me get into the like versus not like Rob Liefeld real quick. So I don't have a personal problem against Rob Liefeld. I think it's okay to say that there are several instances where his art is just terrible, but I also think it needs to be said as an X-Men fan that some of the greatest characters in comics were created by Rob Liefeld, period, point and blank. And you can never take that from him. He was an amazing creator. When he was working on X-Men for X-Men, we're talking Strife, Cable, Deadpool, Domino. Like you could really go down the list of great things that Rob has contributed. And so you guys are artists, so you might take umbrage with this, you might not. I think as fans, as consumers, you can be critical. You can say what is good and you can say what is bad. It's just if you don't have anything good to say, then don't say anything at all, in my opinion. But I think that you can be critical, that you can say, hey,
I have no problem when people are critical. I have a problem when people think their critique is final. Mm-hmm. It's the end all be all. Mm-hmm. Art is subjective.
Oh yeah,
art is so subjective. There's so much new art out there that I'm like, I just don't fucking understand it.
Mm-hmm. Right
now, more power to the artist. I hope the artist continues to be successful. I just don't get it.
Yeah,
but I could tell you how many times I've done streams of me drawing, and it's trolls. I know it's trolls, so I don't even respond, or I just troll back. And of like, oh, you got nothing on, Art Germ or Alex Ross. Like word for word, the guy's like, oh, you ain't shit. Like you should be looking at Alex Ross and Art Germ. And I'm like, well, those are fucking painters, and I'm definitely not that.
It's the same cover.
Suck an egg
every time. And I don't hate Art Germ. It's a great cover, but it's the same woman taking up the entire cover with nothing in the background. That's just what Art Germ does.
Okay,
and I don't
point being,
and he's really good at it, but
I just like art's subjective. It drives me nuts when all those guys are like, well, my opinion should matter because I'm not buying your shit. Okay, well, that your opinion matters to you. It doesn't matter to me.
Well, Ryan, the other thing
matters
too,
less because you're not buying my shit. Like your opinion actually matters to me. If you are supporting buying my shit, then you have more of a chance of you know what I mean?
Ish, going back to the whole like Liefeld booting the dude. I mean, for calling him dude, which is interesting. I mean, if you've ever watched Rob Liefeld on like Whatnot, just going, he just rants sometimes.
Oh yeah, he just goes.
And there's no level of decorum from him. I mean, like if he wants respect, he should give the same level of respect. But I've seen him imitating Todd McFarlane. I've seen him making unusual comments. Again, I won't say, anything like, I'm not going to say he's like racist or anything, but there's been some comments that kind of ride a line. And I'm not that thin-skinned that it bothers me, but the point I'm trying to make is if somebody calls you dude and that's enough to trigger you to kick them out, then keep your standard high. But if you don't keep your standard high and then somebody else comes in and they're saying something like dude and that offends you, I mean, come on, man, you got to have thicker skin.
So the only
I won't disagree with that. I'm not going to disagree with that at all. But we are also now in this weird era of time where if you call somebody the wrong freaking pronoun, they're allowed to get offended.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. Because I agree too. My only pushback is, and we're specifically talking about Rob Liefeld, and I'm going to personalize this, right?
Good call, Peter.
So if I was to put it in a nutshell for me, I'm a fan of Rob Liefeld. I'm not a fan of his art. I am entertained by a lot of the things that he does in the social media space. I'm also turned off by some of the things that he does as well. But I'm generally entertained. I love when he does the hot takes on things, and they give him like a character, and I love it. I really enjoy it.
Too.
And I think he has some good things to say. He is knowledgeable. He's an OG in this industry. He did something in this industry that you can never take. But I'm not talking about the character creation. I'm talking about the formation of Image Comics, Youngblood being the first Image comic ever. I'd like to see Youngblood be successful. I want Youngblood to be successful and be consumed. And I appreciate what they did, what those 7 artists did. So you got to take the good, I guess, sometimes with the bad, because he does do and say some shitty things. Yeah. But he's also very entertaining. He is very knowledgeable. He does have, in my opinion, a very credible opinion on the state of comics. So, you know, I get it. I've seen the Whatnot streams. I've seen him rage out, right?
Yeah.
And I've also seen him be really cool in his own little private stream, sitting in his living room, you know, with a really cool take and a really fresh perspective. So I give him that as well.
I'm in the well, this will be the last, and we're gonna move on to the next topic because we have so much. I do want to catch some of that stuff.
We didn't even get Josh's take on this.
I mean, I'll keep it nice and short. I think sometimes, actually, Ish touched on this pretty well about being entertaining, and with Whatnot, there's occasionally the urge to dive deep into that. If you see your numbers go up, or you know that reacting in this fashion, if it gets clipped, it's going to go on to TV, and people are going to bicker back and forth, and it's going to bring your metadata and your algorithm up as far as like all of this. Like it's a whole cluster of entertainment these days. So I think on some levels, I think he's trying to be an entertainer and dives a little too hard outside of whatever medical issues there may be. But that's just my personal opinion.
I'm on team. I don't give a shit.
Fair enough.
You talk crap. You hang up on the dude. Okay. I don't know. I mean, you like the guy, great. You don't like the guy, great. And this is gonna roll into Ryan. Let's because we're on the topic of if I don't like something, and you mentioned it earlier, right? There's a lot of artists out there, or a lot of art out there that you just don't get. But we're talking. What we're gonna bring up is the opposite. You don't talk shit about it just because you don't like it, right?
Correct.
And we could talk about that. But before we do that, I'm gonna ask this question to you, Josh, because we had a chance to ask it to on the first show we had, where we had Michaels and Raymond Gay. Murat Michaels.
That was a good stream.
Thank you. When you go to a con, when you get a booth, when you're doing your stuff, what is that one pet peeve at a con that just drives you nuts?
Oh wow. Well, I will say that I've kind of evolved over the years, but I affectionately made what I like to call convention artist bingo.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. And it made its rounds rather well. And basically, whoever won bingo, everybody bought them a round of shots. So whoever got it first. But I bring it up because I'm kind of looking at it and reflecting back on it. And, it's so weird because I used to, for context, I used to just go to conventions nonstop. Like I took a brief pause in my comic career to just focus on trying to build an audience at conventions. I think probably now, as far as like a convention is, probably the people that come up and go, oh, did you do that? You did all this, even that? And you're like, yeah, everything I do. And then you have to repeat yourself. Like repetition is part of the job, of course, but I think sometimes finding a way to be positive about it at the same time can get a little overwhelming, especially if you're spending 5 or 10 minutes repeating the exact same thing over and over to this person because they're in their cups or they're in their bowls, so
Fair.
Yeah.
I would think that gets pretty, after a while, it gets pretty tiring, right?
But it's like you reset and you're good to go, you know? I mean, obviously you have
kind of wonder, do they realize like how comic conventions started? Like, you know, you're at a Comic-Con, right? Like they're comic book artists, we draw.
Yeah. Like that guy
look of like, what do you mean?
That guy Ryan who asked you, why do you charge so much for that one of one OA? Remember? And you're like, you do.
Yeah, right. Oh, I had the same issues. But yeah, it's different. Every convention is different, and we all have our little things when it comes to like the other side of the booth. I think nowadays, I think attending conventions is more about promotion than sales from the artist perspective. So being out there and connecting with the retailers and you know, bluntly, consumers, customers, the fan base. I definitely think that's a large portion of going to these events, because they want to know who you are off screen. You know, because you may know, who knows, maybe Rob sits there and wears the Deadpool mask, you know, nonstop, you know, like he did at San Diego Comic-Con. Sits there and has blast and does shots with people every 20 minutes and just does free signatures the last hour of the day. We don't know, you know, you got to come to the con and watch him at the end of that 8-hour line that he was describing, you know. So that's
eight and a half.
Oh, I'm sorry, 8.5. Well, I figured it might be colder where he is now. You know,
that's the cool thing about cons. You got to go and find out for yourself. All right, so let's get into the shit before we ask Ryan. Ryan's going to bring up the first topic for the group. For the people on YouTube, thank you for being here. For everyone on IG, if you are talking, remember, if you're chatting, we unfortunately StreamYard cannot see. I can see it, and anyone else can see it. If you go to my page on Instagram, you can see the chat. But here on this page, unfortunately, you cannot. So we're monitoring. I'm monitoring, and so is Dan. But if you really want to get involved, get in here, go to the YouTube page. First of all, subscribe and start chatting. We'll see it. Everyone sees it. The artist can see it. Let's go ahead and do that, man. Let's go ahead and subscribe. First of all, subscribe. All right, like I told you. If you don't,
I mean, Ish with his heart had a good last time got me in on. I was like, all right, I'll subscribe already.
Ish is the best salesman we've got.
I want to be incognito. Gosh darn it!
Awesome Key Comics makes a good comment on Instagram about I can appreciate the artist and creator's work and the person. Most I wouldn't want to have dinner with, but I can appreciate the work.
There you go.
I mean, that's fair. That's very fair. I mean, I know guys that I love their work, but I don't want to hang out with them.
Yeah.
Listen, you hear these stories all the time, right? And those are the ones. We live in this interesting era where social media has put people in contact with celebrities in a way that they've never been in contact with, right? Anytime, right? Like, and so everything is like a sound bite or a video bite or a video clip or a reel or a gotcha moment. And you never know, right, when that person who is an asshole because they're an asshole on a clip or on a video, or you meet them in the airport, or you never, people are people, right? Like, people are just people. There are times when I'm an asshole, when I'm angry, right? And if I just got out of a heated argument with someone and you catch me at the wrong moment, maybe I can't turn that energy off. You know, that doesn't mean the next time you see me, you understand what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. I mean, we all have
nod or hey, how you doing, or what have you. Like, people are people, and you know, you catch someone
of second impressions.
Unfortunately, in this era, right, what you say and what you do is captured forever for everyone to review and form an opinion on, right? And it's the hot takes that get people. You know, Rob Liefeld could say 1,000 things, or anybody, right, could say 1,000 dope things. And the one time he calls someone an asshole, that's the thing that's going to catch it.
That's why you always hear people going, "Oh, you know, I met Ryan. Oh yeah, what'd you think? Oh, he's the coolest dude, man. We talked about 10 minutes about comics. Oh yeah, well, when I met him, he was a complete asshole." And it's like, well, I don't know what to tell you, dude, because when I met him, he was cool. You could have met him in the middle of running to the bathroom because he has diarrhea, and you're like, "Hey, dude, do you mind?" I hated this guy. This guy's getting the Hershey squirts, and you're getting asked, "Oh, hey, what do you think? Come on. So it all depends. Let's give everybody a break.
Context.
We're all human.
Context matters.
All right, Ryan. Let's go ahead and talk about that one topic. Because we're kind of leading into it.
Ryan,
So,
go with the comic collecting is unaffordable. Let's go there.
Well, I mean, that kind of goes on to many different things. But if Dan, if you want to go there, we can go there.
Okay, so the topic Ryan said was comic collecting is unaffordable, and why do we post everything we hate about it?
Right, and that's the thing. So again, I pay attention to groups. I do all, I read all these things, and some of them crack me up, and some of them are just like, just why? Like, why did you feel to go on a comic book collecting group page and post how you are so sick and tired of comic books, and I can't afford any of this shit anymore. Everything should be burned to the ground. Fuck it all. Like, you got to be that bored to go and post that kind of crap, or that you just need that amount of attention. Like, if you're done, just be done. Like, all right, I'm out.
So some people are weak as green tea, and I'm talking as far as their constitution, right? They're just weak as fuck, right? And it's the people that'll jump on Facebook and say things like, I'm the one person who never watched Game of Thrones. Like, it's the coolest thing to say, right? Like, if you never watched it, okay. But millions of people have, right?
Yeah.
Hundreds of thousands of people are still buying comic books every week, spending in excess of $100 every week. If your gripe is legitimate, right, because it's hurting your pocketbook, then you can talk about it, I think. But if it's just because you want to be well-water weak and you just want to, spark some sort of debate that no one's gonna win, fuck are we doing?
Yeah, just to be provocative.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
and that's how I saw some of those posts of comics are now unaffordable. Now, we're not talking about variants. This guy wasn't talking about variants. This guy wasn't talking about your, $100 ratios. This guy was talking about just going to your LCS and spending $5-6 on a book. I couldn't even tell you how much a comic book costs a single issue right now. I don't ask. If I want it, I'm just grabbing it.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, I'm not grabbing the crap off the back wall. But if they're up on, on the table, I'm assuming it's between $5 and $10.
Yeah.
This guy legit was like, new comic book day is too expensive for me. They keep rising the price. It just jumped up another like 10 cents or something. Now, again, everybody has their issues. Everybody has their budgets. I'm not going to dog on that.
No.
You just can't buy certain things. It's the same thing I used to when I worked at the bar. Alcohol and beer prices went up 2 times every year, same time every year, beginning of the year, middle of the year. It always goes up. It happens. It is what it is. Costs go up, minimum wage goes up, price whatever. It goes up, and it's the same reaction. This is ridiculous. Okay, well, then just don't buy that extra beer.
Well, I could tell you from a retailer's perspective that there have been times where I've sat down in the shop doing FOC and I've said, yo, this is ridiculous, right? From a retailer's perspective, right? And I'm speaking of DC in particular.
I get your Bronson.
Right?
That's
like
rough.
when I'm going to order some DC books, which for a while, and Peter's in here, he can attest to that, was very hard for me to do last year with just a 35% discount, right?
Yeah.
So let's say a Superman #1 comes out, or I'll give you a perfect example about how he's kind of right in some aspects, because even from a retailer perspective, let's say, forget Superman #1. Let's say Deadpool Batman, right? Marvel's Deadpool Batman, which I believe was done right, versus DC's Deadpool Batman, right? Marvel did a DC Deadpool Batman for $6.99. Had about 16 covers, had a 1 in 200, a 1 in 100, 1 in 50, 2 different 1 in 25s, right? DC, they raised the price to $8.99.
Wow.
They had about 16 covers, no ratios. What retailer could order 10 copies of every one of those covers?
None.
$8.99.
Like, really order $8. It was $1 more.
Wow.
No ratios, no incentive to order them, right? To order. So you had to kind of pick and choose with covers. And how do you choose which covers your customers want? Because there's 16 covers, you can't order them all, and they're $8.99 per your customer. And you definitely, you can't order 10 copies of each of these covers. It's very difficult.
So I'll play devil's advocate. You
Mhm.
can't order 10 copies of every cover. I'm sure there's lots of shops that do. Now, how many of them actually sold all those covers? I get where you're coming from, though, Ish. Like, I don't know that part of the ratios, the incentives, that kind of stuff. And
I'm thinking the whole time, why wouldn't you just do what Marvel did and give ratios and incentives? That way,
it'd be common sense, you'd think, right? It worked for that one. Let's do it for this one.
I think the negativity in the feeds comes naturally in the hobby, and really any kind of collectible hobby where there's scarcity, right? Like, there's going to be the haves and the have-nots. So the people that didn't get it, they're going to be bitter. And I'm not saying, to your point, Ryan, you're exactly right. We don't know people's budgets, and I'm not knocking anybody's budgets. Like, if you can't,
no, never.
If you can't afford it, I mean, maybe things will turn around. I don't know, but I guess what I'm saying is, I get your point. I don't run to the internet and try to, write negative things about a bad experience. It's just not worth it. But I will say this, where I do feel for the regular reader collector that, like, just wants to get their books and read their books. I don't have sympathy for the greediness of the Kevin said it perfectly. There's a douchebaggery in our hobby, and it really is true, where I don't feel bad for the people that are like greedy and they're trying to sell covers for $150 and they can't get it because there's only so many of them. And I don't feel bad for those people. I do feel bad for the ones that can't go get their weekly books. I mean, that kind of sucks.
Right.
I can't read them. But
Right.
In 2 weeks,
you can't get the $175, $200 dork cover that came out at San Diego Comic-Con. I don't feel bad. I really don't. Move on. You'll get it later.
In 2 weeks, every single issue of Absolute Batman up to number 20 is releasing a subsequent print, all on the same day, all at the same time.
Yeah,
$5 a book. Craziness. That's $100 in Absolute Batman for anyone who wants to go get, like, all at the same time, all the same week. And especially the number 20 from Lunar, it's a cash grab. And I'm going to tell you why it's a cash grab, which is why I can sometimes relate to the people who think that comic collecting is too expensive. Because Absolute Batman number 20 was damaged, right? So Lunar replaced it with second prints for free that retailers did not sell out of. They are sitting on tons of the second print, and now it's going to third print. That third print is legit a cash grab. Legitimately. Like legit, because I got a box of number 22nd.
It wasn't only Absolute Batman that week, by the way. It was Barbara Gordon Breakout. It was like 4 or 5 other books. Yeah.
That were damaged.
Yeah, they came damaged, so Lunar replaced them gratis, right? So what DC did was, instead of replacing the Absolute Batmans because it was the complete print run, they just reprinted it and sent it out again the next week.
I remember hearing about that.
it was the cover A's, and the biggest problem with it was that it was the cover A's that were behind the exclusives for the retailers.
Right.
So what happened? So what we're getting in 2 weeks is we're getting 20 issues of Absolute Batman all at the same time, all subsequent prints. And I'm now, forget regular readers. This is a series that new readers want every issue of. Like, brand new people walking into comic shops want Absolute Batman. They want to read the entire run. And that's $100 for 20 comics, right?
Yeah.
Now, then you add people who collect. That's $100 plus whatever else they're going to buy that week. I'm sorry.
But you don't. But I think my point on that one is, but you don't have to. If you just want to read them, just wait till the trade comes out. Like,
yeah, it's like the trades have been out for a while.
I agree.
For the Zoo and a couple others.
That's a whole nother topic that we can get into as well. Ish. I mean, it kind of all relates. It's the whole completist factor.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's one of the biggest things that I hate, and I chuckle at reading them. Is, we'll say Absolute Batman. I think it was 20, where there was 120 variants. And the comment from one guy was like, "How can I ever afford to get every single one of them?" Bro, that's a you problem, not a us problem. We buy the covers we like.
Yeah. Because those are the ones saying I want to complete
artists that got paid.
Right. I want to complete my run, but now I'm missing X, Y, and Z because I can't afford them. Because those are the ones that everybody wants and everybody's getting, and everyone's selling a whatnot for 30 times. And I'm going to go crazy because my OCD mind is not complete because now I'm missing 3 issues.
And that goes, God, that we can sideways this thing so many different ways now that you said whatnot, and it's going to go 3 times. That's only if you're getting them from certain buyers. If you go to like the average buyer, you can get the book for fucking cover price. If you're following the biggest of the biggest names, you're probably going to end up paying $30 or $40 because
it's crazy. They're happy to pay that too.
Right. So that's just not using your mind and being like, okay, instead of jumping in this guy that has 550 viewers, let me go in this guy that's selling the same book that has 10 viewers.
I'll get a deal.
Really quick.
Price.
Go on. I'm sorry, Ryan.
No, you're fine. It just goes to the whole completist thing. It cracks me up because all they see is, I can't get, this is ridiculous. They need to stop it. And that was the most common thing I saw with Absolute 20 and most of the variants that go like big, like, when Scotty and Kyle Strom did Twig, there was 100 variants and people said the same thing. There needs to be a limit. We can't have all these people. Why are they allowing this?
Twig was great, by the way.
Number one, Twig was fantastic. Number one, so many artists got to work.
Yeah.
We got paid to do a cover. We got work that we wouldn't have got. And then with all of those covers being made that, you have to buy 1,000 of them. So now there's 100,000 different.
Ryan, could you say though that the amount of variant covers can work against your statement though? Because if you have that many variant covers, you're not able to spread the money to other books, other titles, maybe creator-owned books. I mean, because everybody's buying
that's an artist
$100
gamble.
worth of Absolute Batman.
That's a retailer gamble.
Yep.
That's one of those. You better make sure that you're picking the art that you're going to have the best luck of going against these guys.
So as a retailer, when I do an exclusive, I'm very careful on the exclusive that I do. And the reason why I'm careful, not because I don't want like artists to work, I work with specific artists, but because I don't want to be, so a cool cover is subjective, right?
Correct.
It's just subjective. And so you go to do an exclusive of like Stray Dogs, or the second one, Dog Days, where there was like 88 exclusives, right?
Yeah.
Now you're talking white noise. Now you're talking white noise because you're taking a gamble on, are people going to be receptive to my cover, to the artist, and like, are they going to be receptive to that more than the other 87? Because I'm in this for 500 books minimum, right? Like a 500 book minimum. So I have 500 books that's competing with 87 times 500, right? Like 87 times 500 that I'm competing with. That's a lot. So really quickly though, just I don't want to segue. I just wanted to touch on something that Peter said really quick because I don't know if a lot of people know. Peter said, the damaged books, the Absolute Batman's still got it.
Oh, I'm so glad you're going here. I have a comment on this too.
I want to touch on that. So, and I knew they would get 9/8s.
Because it's a print run.
It's a print run. And I expected them to get 9/8s, and if they got anything less, I would have felt some type of way. And I'm going to tell you why. This goes back historically, right? Where a CGC early on stated, very early on, when the early 2000s, when they first came out, they stated that anything that they considered an error from the printer, even to the comic shop, not so much anymore, but even to the comic shop, you'll find that on Copper and Bronze Age books, this is the reason why you can get a 9/8 on a book with a date stamp on it, right? Because that's considered a production. This is why you can get those newsstand copies of the book with a black line drawn through, and you can still get a 9/8 on those, and there's a black line drawn through the newsstand. Because anything that happened from publisher to retailer, or back in the golden age where when retailers were done with the book, they take a golden age book and they tear the back cover straight down the middle and tear it off. So you don't find that so much with modern age books. Like you can't put a date stamp on Miles Morales #1, which comes out next week. That's going to be considered damage, right? Shout out Ryan Kincaid's got a fire cover. It is crazy.
Yeah, it is.
But the reason why I knew that this was going to get a 9/8 is because when DC didn't replace those books and went back to print, it told us that it was 100%. 100% production damage, which means with CGC great, they might as well be 9/8. CGC is going to ignore that
because
particular
it's existing on all of them. It's pre-existing on every single issue.
Everything. It's like take Journey into Mystery 83, right? I believe the highest grade on record is 8.5. It's gonna command 9.8 money, right? It might as well be a 9.8.
Yeah.
It is the highest grade on
They're
I
record.
know, but
Right.
you're comparing a Grail book to a regular. I mean, yeah, that's. I
No,
think
we're
a
not
different
talking about
conversation.
like because it's a Grail.
No.
You could have a freaking self-published book that every single one is damaged.
Yeah, I
It's the
think I
fact
see.
that means that's at its 100%. Like every
It's
book
its
is that way.
100%.
That's their 100%.
Ish and Ryan, I
quality.
get what you're saying, and I actually want to hear what Josh has to say about this. But this one quick thought. I get what you're saying, and I don't disagree with it because it's the entire run. But I also get what Peter's saying because we're grading the quality of something. And so if your scale is out of something, and I mean, you can't call a dented car near mint any more than you can call
If they all
And
are,
any
if
more
they
than you
are
can
all
car-
dented.
again, I get what you're saying to me, and I mean, we don't have to argue, but I'm just saying, like, if you're grading the quality of something, and these books all came with a crease, then by definition, that's not the standard of a 9.8 that we are typically seeing. And by the way, 9.8 is like, it doesn't even matter anymore because they're giving out 10s now. So
yeah, but it is the standard of 9.8 if you say with exception, and you're just not accounting for exception.
yeah, I mean, I hear you. I don't know, Josh, what do you think about the grading of this anyway, and this whole process of?
I mean, specifically when it comes to the Absolute Batman 20, it was the cover A's. All the cover A's were ticked, but it was marginal as far as the other covers were concerned. And so with that situation, the reason why it blew up on social media was because the cover A's were the interiors for all the retailer exclusives. So the retailers, they didn't get like, okay, here's a refund, because it's like, unless they're actual cover for the retailer exclusive. So that's the main reason that whole thing went sideways. And, Lunar, of course, that our bad here will reprint it.
Right? Even the B's, the C's, they all had cover A's under them.
Yeah, so it was the cover A specifically underneath. Yeah, and that was the main issue was like that one page just got jacked, and it wasn't uniform either, and so that was the biggest problem. I actually had a book that came out that same weekend. It was Dork 4, and we had the same issue with cover A's for that. So my suspicion is it's a sorting and distribution box that was like grabbing things and moving them over, and it really is what caused the damage. That's my suspicion. But who knows? Because it would be uniform through the entire book if it was like the machine printing it out. But I'm speaking from printing experience as far as that's concerned. But
Well, and the other pill that's hard to swallow is in this day and age where, like, things aren't cheap. We just had a conversation about how people can't afford books, right?
Oh, for sure.
And things aren't cheap, right? Like, where's the quality control in the slabbing? Where's the quality control in the distribution? Like, who's looking at this going, oh, we got a crease in the first 100 books of this thing. We better stop and
Send
fix it. But they're like, nope, send them out.
I was a complete rookie when it came to CGC a couple of years ago. I was the guy that goes, hey, read the book. It's like, oh, so don't you want to slab it? Like, why would I want to slab it? And I'll be like, here, you fill out the paperwork. I'll send it to him. I don't care. You want to put it in plastic, do you?
Yeah.
But I've become a little bit more educated since then. And I've chatted with a few different CGC people that are currently still employed there and some that are no longer employed there just because they've moved on to greener pastures. And like the measure as far as like ticks and things, of course, like, hey, if it's a manufacturer, error or default or, misprint or whatever have you, it's listed and it'll be listed in the core notes that's in their logs. But anything outside of that, it's going to be like, yeah, no, you need to make like video recordings and you need to be doing what these guys were doing when they went to social media and said, this is jacked. I can't believe it. Guys, just so you know, hey, we're not responsible for this. This is everywhere. They had to go very public for it. And to Ish's credit, or like, hey, when you're spending that money on an exclusive or things, and Ryan's talking about like, hey, the cost of this, I agree. Like, yes, if you're a completionist, I understand. Hey, like, I need to have every single one of these, even if it's a third print or a fourth print or the reprint. But there's certain things, I don't know. My chase in my brain is more the dopamine of like creating something. So like for me, it's like, all right, cool. I'm going to go draw that cover. Oh, I can't get it. Yeah. Cool. I'm going to go draw it myself.
I look at it and I'm like, they know what hobby we're in here. Like
Yeah, of course.
Quality matters right now. And this is, by the way, I'm not refuting anything you just said, Josh. I agree with you. I'm just saying, like, from the distribution point of view or the slabber point of view, like, you know, we were just chatting offline last week about somebody who just, one of our friends who received a bunch of books from CGC, and they all came with defects. And, again, who is QCing these things? Because, again, that's where you start to feel the cash grab aspect of the hobby. It's like, just ship it out, get our money, ship it out. Like, I mean,
who do you think the QC should be on?
With the companies that are charging you the money for the product. I mean,
but you're a hard
that goes down the line. So if you got a Batman book that's damaged from your shop, where down the line should that QC have started?
That's a fair question. But I guess what I'm saying in the case of this Absolute Batman, that was a systematic problem with all of the issues of distribution. So the distributor should deal with that.
Yeah,
printer. But is it the printer? Or is it? I don't know. Is it the printer?
If it's a printer defect, it's the printer. But what you have to remember on this line, this part I can tell you about, they're not only printing comics. Like this is an international printing company that prints so much stuff. They're probably legitimately going through it. It's out. It's done. It gets packaged and sent to the distributor. The distributor then divides it up, sends it out.
And then when do we as consumers, as retailers, as fans, as collectors, and I understand it's a hard ask because people are spending money, but when do we exercise grace? And what I mean is CGC notwithstanding, but Lunar, when's the last time we can say that this happened with Lunar?
Yeah, no, that's fair.
They're the best packagers. They are the best package. They package and ship.
Yeah, they do a good job. Yeah,
they're great.
They set the standard.
And they compensated everybody quickly.
Very quickly, yeah.
Quickly.
It's at our bad.
I mean? Like we got free books.
And a good chunk of people just kept those books.
Yeah, they didn't do the typical, we want you to rip up every single one of them and burn them.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say. It's like they make you rip the covers off.
Yeah, they didn't do any of that. They just replaced everything. And as far as DC went, they just reprinted the book immediately.
Yeah,
right.
So going back real quick to the original point, there are people out there who talk shit for the sake of talking shit because they don't like something. Is it a part of jealousy within themselves? Maybe. It's always the
I can't have
he's
that.
He's a great artist. I can't draw shit. I wish I could. Fuck his art. I don't like him.
Yeah.
Right. Dan was able to buy a 181. I could never afford a 181. Fuck that guy. I hate him.
Right.
And it's the thing is, it's very easy. I've said this for years. It's so much harder to spew the hate. It takes so much energy to spew instead of just scrolling along, man. Oh, okay. You got 181. You know what? One day I'll get that. Don't know when, I'll get it. Oh, look, Ryan's a great artist. Josh is a great artist. Maybe one day I'll get to that point, and I'll just scroll along. Oh, did you get it?
Caesar, how many times do we talk about
Caesar?
I hooked you up.
I'll read a book or I'll watch a movie or I'll watch a show or a manga or an anime or an indie book. And I love it's like for me a little bit of therapy to read it, and I like to write about it, right? Like write and share it. And maybe, and I'm doing it for me. I enjoy it.
Otherwise, he's blowing up airports and shoe
bombing.
Oh
my gosh, you need diversity training. Oh my god, no. So anyway, that's so terrible. But I mean, okay, maybe I'll get 20, 30 likes. That's fine. I mean, I'm happy, and I love everybody that likes my posts, and I love the community. But because I don't look a certain way, I'm not a certain age, I'm not a certain something, I'm never going to get those 200 likes, and that's fine. But if you let that comparison,
you created me.
I love you, man. But if you let that comparison steal your joy, then it just sort of cascades. I mean,
Dan,
it does.
What you should do, and seriously, what you should do, and I guarantee
get a sex change.
No.
Here we go. He said seriously, so it's not going to be serious.
Do your reviews in all white.
He's already laughing.
From like a cave, right? Like just be in a cave, like.
I'll be like, "Hi, this is Dan live from Tora Bora." Is that what you're saying?
And just have a bunch of words with no vowels.
Oh, you're so terrible. You're so terrible.
I just don't.
You need more verbiage.
What makes somebody pick up a book or have whatever legit like this? I feel so strongly about the hatred I have, the fact
Right.
that I can't buy this or that cover's outselling this cover, that I need to go online and fucking tell everybody so they can
Yep.
agree with me. And if they don't agree with me, to you too.
I mean, half of these
I
people
don't-
it's
I don't
because they're
get it.
trying to make money off of it, and then the other half of the people are like they're genuinely there's other stuff in their lives that they're really upset about.
That's
They
it.
don't want to spend
Yeah.
time in like dealing with it.
Yeah.
And in my
Josh
world,
that-
nailed it right on the head.
in my world, we call it clout chasing, right?
There you go. Yeah.
Like literally, I'm
For sure.
chasing clout. Like I'm gonna just say this guy's a piece of shit because his cover sold for this much, and I'm gonna get a whole bunch of likes and a whole bunch of shares and a whole bunch of views on my fucking reel or on my fucking YouTube clip or on my what have you, because you know I'm gonna clip Rob Liefeld saying I'm fucking Rob Liefeld.
And there's no
Right.
contact.
So,
There's nothing.
yeah. It goes that brings it full circle under the Liefeld thing, and it cracked me up because again I was gone for a bit, and it same field but not same field. Like I just started reading into that whole Matthew Lillard
Oh
getting
yeah.
caught in a
That one from
controversy
today. Yeah.
where the guy like made a point to go to a con just to tell Matthew Lillard that he was no longer a fan because he
Well,
didn't
fan.
take his fan theory.
Oh, you
about
get further
Schumacher
into it. He's
seriously.
like, I had a crush on you. It's
So
great.
I want to ask you a question, Ryan, because this is interesting. I came across this page on my social media today. I hate social media. And there's this guy. He's a retailer. I don't remember his name. I looked at his page. I didn't like anything that I saw. So I don't care. But apparently he's been antagonizing this artist. I don't know if this artist is real or not. Right? He's got like a fake name. He's supposedly in India, like Chicago.
I know exactly who you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Oh, that one? Yeah.
Antagonizing the shit out of this artist. Just
Yeah.
because he can't get in contact with this artist. He
Right.
doesn't know who this artist is. So
Right.
he wants this artist to prove that he is a real person. Otherwise, he's just like outing him like, I don't know anything about this artist. All I know
So
is
the whole controversy, the whole
Well, hold on,
controversy.
before you break it down. all
The
I know
artist
is-
did respond, by the way. He goes,
Oh,
I am a real person. What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
All I know is I went to his page, and all this guy does is find people in the industry that he can attack, even if they didn't do anything wrong, so that he can. I'm the watchdog of the industry, and I
Like Ryan was saying, trolls.
and bang, 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 I got you.
Mm.
And it's like, yo, I don't have. Listen, I call myself the
Yeah.
Robin Hood of the unfair market for a reason. It's
Yeah.
so much shit I don't like, but I don't put it on blast because that's not my character.
Right.
I'm going to be Robin Hood.
yeah, just
I'm not going to be
calling
on-
somebody a terrorist, though, is well within your character.
So,
Yeah.
so for the we'll make the long version short, and I don't know if this is one of those guys that has been wronged by the retailer that this guy works for,
Wouldn't
because I
be
think
surprised.
that's part of the case.
Yeah.
It goes back years of everyone has assumed that this artist has done nothing but photo mash covers and now AI covers and stuff.
Mhm.
And it's been going on for years on people like, well, prove who you are. Show us that you can draw. Like the dude is a digital painter. He worked in video games. He doesn't actually draw like I do. He does everything with, paintbrushes and stuff digitally. So
Mm.
there's a whole group that are like, anytime this guy posts, they're like, oh, prove you can do that shit for real. I was like, well, we just saw a fucking video of his work in progress. Like he is
Yeah.
proving it.
But is he faking? He was doing the shit before AI even became a thing.
Right,
I
right.
mean-
and I get where Ish is coming from. Like the dude legitimately just is like, I'm gonna attack you. Bro, I got DMs while I don't remember where I was 2 weeks ago, because I was texting Garrett Gunn and Murat, like if anybody knew who this guy was, because he was just DMing me like, fuck you, I'm gonna kill you and your family. Like
the artist.
Same
just
guy.
just a random guy, just this random guy.
Oh, random guy.
And he's
okay.
like, you fucked me over.
And
And
that was
I'm
in the
like, I don't
grocery
even know who
store.
this is, but he was naming like you and Garrett Gunn and working with Comics Elite and all this stuff and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, who the crap is this dude? Right.
Mhm.
So left it alone and carried on, and I finally like he started like posting pictures, and he tagged me in them, and I finally
He goes,
like
Kincaid, if you tell me I can't draw feet one more time, I'll kill you.
Right.
Like, oh, I know
but
that, man.
I was like, it
Well,
turned
you-
into like a pedophile thing, and I was like, bro, and he was posting a picture tagging like he thought it was a tag of me, and he sent it on like a couple whatnot things. I was like, bro, that's not even fucking me. The dude's Hispanic. Like, I'm the whitest white boy you can find. Like, before you come and attack me, and I reported it. Like, I sent it off.
You got some soul, bro. You got some soul.
But I mean, but I'm
all
like,
here.
but I was like, dude, like, what are you doing? Like, who are you? Like, what made you decide to wake up and just come after us for some reason? Like, sometimes
Josh said it perfectly. He said it,
sometimes
it's
a mental
always
thing.
about. It's just like when people are like negative towards you and they're giving you shitty comments, right? Like the bully at school. It has nothing to do with you. It's got everything to do with what's going on behind the scenes in this guy's life, right?
Yeah.
All I
He's
said
getting
was
his
like,
ass-
bro, I reported, like, I screenshotted, I reported all this because we found who he was. And I've never met the guy that I can recall. And I sent it to the San Antonio PD and was like, you guys might want to like health check this dude. Like, because obviously he's not okay.
Right.
But like, that's some of the shit that this turns into, posting all this negative stuff. This dude, for some reason, just assumed I was this pedophile case from Texas. And I'm like, my name's not Gonzalez. It's Ryan, but it ain't Gonzalez.
That's interesting because people just don't know how to fact check it nowadays, especially with social media. You could fact check and
Right.
find
That's
something
one of my
out.
biggest problems.
pretty
Is why
quick.
are you throwing all this hate on a page for people to interact and then just spread it even worse?
Yep.
Like, it can be fake,
weird.
and it's just
Yeah.
like, oh, that guy said this. Like, I'm glad I caught it before it went wildfire. That I was putting out even bigger fires.
Right.
But I've seen that happen. Like, my name has come up in controversy. Ish. I could take one way far back to like the Wheelers with Ish, where I got caught in a controversy, and Mike would bring my name up, and I'm like, Mike, I have nothing to do with any of this stuff, dude. Like, I'll fact check you real quick. This is what happened. This is where I was, and this is what I did. Everything you're saying about this dude's true, but I had nothing to do with that. And it was like, oh, okay. But before he had stopped it, like, all these people were coming after me, and I'm like, bro, I had nothing to do with any of that.
Well, and that's the
sad.
problem with the social media is things that are wrong and out of context get legs so fast.
Yeah.
I forgot about the Wheelers.
Who the fuck are the Wheelers?
It's a whole thing, but they came after me too. It was funny.
I'll tell you in the
with the green room.
I was like, I
we'll
forgot
talk
about
that.
I see he's spending the energy, you know, but
it's way, like I said, it takes too much energy to.
yeah,
So
like don't get me wrong, I can be.
It's
I got
exhausting.
salt. I got salt and paprika hiding over here somewhere. So
I got
trust me.
nothing against them. I have nothing against them. It was just situational. Of like,
of course,
it was brought up.
I'm so glad I'm not that big.
And I was like, what the fuck? Like, why is my name involved in this stuff?
right?
I'm so
Same.
glad I'm not that big yet, where I'm getting hate in the DMs. I kind of wish it won't make me feel so lonely at night.
You're like, somebody's paying attention to me.
Somebody doesn't like me. That's so good. I'm still making stickers of my fucking logo.
I had people who never interact with my page, never purchase anything for me, never anything, come on my page when that Absolute Batman 22nd print came out and try to call me out for selling it.
Yeah.
Literally.
You got those for free. Blah blah
Man,
blah.
that's
blah,
the-
blah, blah,
you-
blah.
Didn't you get this book?
I
for free?
listen. I pay attention.
I'm like, yo, yo, really, and
Yes,
just for no good reason. It's like,
Yeah, but I mean, you didn't have to charge me $20 for an issue ish. I mean, for God's sake.
well, I,
Oh, is that why
I
you
sold
put 'em
it-
on
I
blast?
sold it to
And
price
shipping.
point.
He didn't even ship it in a Gemini. Like what's up
Yeah,
with
he
that?
just sent it in a manila folder.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah, he
sold
sent it in a Captain Crunch box.
I sold
Or
it
ish.
to price one, but the interesting thing was when they say I got it for free, it's like, yo, and this guy was really hating. He took it to Messenger.
Yeah,
So
of course.
first of all, I'm the type of person, and Peter can attest to this. I don't care what you say to me in my group or in my page. It could be negative. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna remove it. If you have a gripe, yeah, Peter said it's you and I handle this kind of thing a little bit. We do. I'm not gonna gripe. I have to be professional, and I don't care. I let my character speak for itself, and my business character speak for itself. So if you got something to say, I'm gonna leave it there. If I make a mistake, I'm gonna own up to it. This guy
Right.
came at me, came to Messenger the whole night, and I'm thinking to myself, like, yo, I remember that week, all of those books that came damaged. I had them all. World Tree, freaking Department of Truth, freaking Dork, Batman,
I was there.
Barbara Gordon Breakout. So I had about 500 books.
Yeah.
500 books that I was getting replaced that cost me a few $100s in shipping.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't even free. And I'm thinking to myself, so wait a minute. So you mean to tell me you think you're going to go to the store tomorrow and every book that retailer's got replaced, he's just going to have sitting there for you to have for free?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not how that works.
There's
Yeah,
no
that's,
way
a whole,
you can do that.
yeah, that's crazy.
It doesn't work that way. So let's move on to the Ryan. Let's get to the topic that got Ish all hot and bothered.
Oh,
So the indie one, yeah, or the self-promoting. Which one, Ish?
Which one was it, Ish?
I think he said the
Indie versus
difference
mainstream?
between con sketches and commissions.
Oh boy, here we go.
No, so the
That's
one
when
I
he-
want
that's
to
when it
hit
got loud.
that I think it hits me and Josh a little more too.
yeah. Why
Like,
not? Let's go.
At cons, we get this a lot, and this comes in variations. It's, let's say, want versus purchase. Okay, so there's so many times that we're drawing stuff, and it's like, you know what would be cool if you drew, this character. Doesn't matter which character, this character, and you turn that shit into a print. I would buy that. Okay, but would you buy 500 of them?
I'm just marking off con bingo
Well,
right
no,
now.
I'll buy one. Okay, but we can't just make one. It costs us a lot of money. Well, yeah, but I'll buy one. Okay. But you haven't bought anything else on my table.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
You
would
know,
buy that if you did
So that forwards us to this. Like, I pay attention, and one of the things I was reading, and I got a lot. Like, a lot of us, there's so many things we have rattled in our head that we want to do. Like, I know A-list artists right now that are working on self-published, creator-owned projects because they just want to tell a story.
Yeah.
Some of those guys have the name that when they do it, doesn't matter what it is. Like Scotty Young, it don't matter what Scotty does. If he does a book and he's got 5 issues, that shit's getting printed by Image.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, it's going in there. So we'll come up with stuff, and I read a lot of, I wish people had better stories. I wish comic stories were better. We'll read an indie book.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of independent books have these insane stories you would never even think about.
Yep.
Assorted crisis events.
Right,
Anyone?
but is Batman in it? No, it's an indie book. Oh, I only collect Batman. Then why do you say you wish people would come up with better stories?
They didn't read Batman Dark Patterns.
Right.
Man, what a great.
Yeah,
we're
Batman
in this
Gargoyle,
weird situation
Batman
where we're creating characters, we're creating worlds, we're creating this, and everyone's like, "Oh, we'd support anything that has a great story." And then it costs us about $10,000-$20,000 to create one issue.
Yeah.
Of our own stuff, get covers, all this stuff. But when it comes to, like, are you going to actually support it? It's like crickets.
Mm.
Why is that? Let's be honest.
I don't
Why?
know. I wish I could tell
Why?
you.
Why is that?
you know
That's such
why.
it's an anomaly. What?
We know
what is
why.
Well,
Just
what's your
talk?
question, Caesar?
Because people are chasing investment. They go, oh, that's not going to be
so
real value.
so
They
then
don't want a
shut the
good
fuck
story.
up. So then shut the fuck up and say, I wish we had this good story. I would support you, Josh. I would support you, Ryan, if you did a book. All right, here it is. This is fucking Eisner winning. Yeah,
Yeah, but it's not
Cool.
just that people are chasing.
but it's not for
investment.
me.
It's the addition, right? The side effect of people chasing investment. It's that the books that become investment worthy are people's idea of great stories, right? So then they're not reading the other things, or they're not as satisfied because this thing that I happen to be reading isn't a $50 book because it's not Absolute Batman. It's not Dork #1. It's not, da 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 da. You know what I mean?
And I think some of this as well. Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead,
Josh, go
please.
ahead, please.
No, I was going to
No,
say, I
please.
think some of this as well also applies is that, especially over this last 5 years, let alone the last decade, I would say the public has been curated into free content. And you look at it, even you look at spaces like YouTube, for example, where there's so many of these guys, they're having to produce 5 times or 6 times as much content now outside of their core things, and then put it behind a paywall. Even if it's a $5 subscription or a $6 or even $3 subscription.
Right.
Sure.
We're so used to doing free. I kind of stem from a little bit different. Ryan might have mentioned it, but for a while I was on TikTok, and I did that whole thing and brought it up and got all my numbers all the way up and yada yada. I recently deactivated the whole thing because they were integrating it into a new system. But I mean, I followed all the trends, and I went live, and I did a lot of free sketch work. I did a lot of free art. And this circles back to what Ryan was talking about with sketches at shows versus, commissions and take-home commissions. And it's just, again, people are so used to this. They want a story, but they want you to give you the story for free. I know a very popular book that is getting a Halloween special that as soon as it went to free, its sales and book distribution plummeted, because they're like, oh, well, we'll just get it when it releases in 6 months, and then wonder why you're not releasing it as quickly as possible. What's going on, Sam? Welcome in.
What's going on?
Oh,
Sam.
Hey, guys.
Sam, what up?
Yes, you
Well, I
are.
think the content part is really
What up,
like the
little bro?
biggest issue is so many people are used to getting stuff for free now.
That's a good
And
point,
they'll
Josh.
I'll just wait, or somebody will tell me about it. So
That's a really good point. I didn't even think about it. Like, you're exactly right. We're so used to, the free content. Like, it's just out there.
yeah. You're going to have
that's-
some
I
guy in
didn't-
2 or 3 weeks that's going to tell you the entire plot to Absolute Batman 27, based on this, or do an hour and a half long trailer synopsis for a 3-minute Brand New Day trailer. Here's all the Easter eggs
the
you
worst
missed.
thing about that is that it becomes gospel. Like, if you're following somebody and they give you the skinny on the book and they give you their opinion, then you believe it's true. And it's like with everything, there's no context. You haven't really experienced it. You haven't witnessed it yourself. You haven't read that book. So, but you're just, we're all quick to accept the opinion. And I think
The
that's scary as well.
Goes, it's popping off. It's sold out, guys.
Yeah.
So the reality is, to circle back to Ryan, the reality is that there are plenty of good stories being told
absolutely
in the comic medium.
Yep.
Plenty of them.
Ryan's got one. I've got one. Ryan's got like 4.
Yeah.
Actually.
It just cracks me up, because it's like when people post, or even just talk to you, everything is so self-contradicting, because that's what I see. Like, I've seen so many people come up with these brilliant stories. Not even me. Like, Garrett Gunn has crazy things pop up.
Oh, for sure.
It's like some of them do really well, some of them do crappy, and that's a hit or miss. It's the comments that come afterwards that I'm like, see, that's why we don't create anything new, because you want absolute Batman.
So why should I bother dropping 20K?
Yeah,
right.
To
create
like,
something.
We'll do a new book. We'll drop it on our whatnot and stuff. And the question we get is, do you have the new issue of this? Like, oh no, we're doing our self-published stuff. Oh, okay, that's cool. I don't collect that. Okay, I mean that's good for you. But the same people will be posting, I wish creators would do more of their own stuff. There's a reason why we don't, because
I would buy it. I would support it. I would support my
because
creators.
there is no support there.
So
you say you wish we would do it, but you don't.
People went and watched the Supergirl movie that they didn't really enjoy.
Mm.
And then DC has a book out right now called Supergirl Survive, which is fantastic.
Amazing.
Fantastic. And like nobody's picking it up. And you can just go down the list of great reads sitting across all companies that people aren't picking up because they're not doing absolute Batman sales, right? They're not doing dork sales over at Image.
I went to an LCS and I was asking for an issue of Knights one week, and they go, "What's that?"
Knights is phenomenal. Phenomenal read. Amazing. Amazing.
They go, we only buy what people are reading. No, guy.
And dying on the table.
They go, we only buy what people are reading. No, dude, you got to buy them so people will read them. Buy a couple
will
of
read them. Right?
Yeah.
Everything Dead and Dying was
But
fantastic.
let me ask you: do you think people weren't picking up that Supergirl book because the movie tanked?
I mean,
I think so.
Could be a
And the
good
reason why I'm
correlation.
saying that is because DC is the hottest company in comics right now. 2025, they killed it. Like they could do no wrong.
Yeah.
And let's reverse it.
But Caesar, that's the point. That if you look at some of the comments that were coming out on Supergirl movie, they weren't real. They weren't even right. And so again,
Yeah.
people are making comments and then other people are taking it like gospel without going to see the movie. It was a great movie.
People are trashing it. before
I'll give you.
Yeah.
Okay, so we could do the reverse, right? Let's hold on, Sam. Hold on, Sam. Hold on. So if Supergirl took off, it was fucking rocking. People would have picked up that Supergirl book, right? The Survive.
Survive?
No, because
Oh,
no
okay.
one wants to pick up miniseries that don't matter. Like, I think that's the problem. You have these 6-issue minis, and I'd rather just wait for the trade. You know, a lot of those.
And then look what happened with Dark Patterns, right? It
Don't
didn't matter,
move.
right? And now you can't afford it.
Exactly.
Like now you can't afford Batman Dark Patterns.
Yeah, but there's a difference between the spec on it and then just reading it. Like, everyone should go pick up Dark Patterns in a graphic novel because it was one of the best Batman stories told in like the past 5 to 10 years, right?
Longer than that, I would say 25 to 30 years.
That, like, I don't know. I don't think shops can afford to order every single, potentially great story. You look at the catalog every single week, there's 10 pages of things to order from Lunar right now. That doesn't even include Penguin. Like, there's a lot of stuff being pumped out, which is great for readers, but it's a sea of either not just creator-owned stuff,
Tough
but
decisions.
A sea of options.
Right. But I mean, honestly, that's where your pull box would come in, and hopefully people. Now, this can segue into our other part, Caesar. For that pull box thing, when it comes to new independent books and all that shit, that's where that would come in largely. That it's not hurting the comic shops because their customers are saying, "Hey, order this, I want it." Now, the only way that works is if it's creator-owned projects and they're promoting their shit. And we're going on and we're saying, "Hey, I have this new book. Nope, it's not Marvel. Nope, it's not DC. It's my own stuff, but it's coming through Lunar. Your comic shops can push it. Your comic shops could do this. You can have it ordered, blah, 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 whatever the case is, to get those in there at no cost to the shop, no risk to the shop."
Yep.
I watched Tyler Kirkham do this. I watched Tyler Kirkham hire somebody to do this with Final Boss. One of the things he did was say, it was one simple post: pick up Final Boss. You're not going to want to miss what's coming.
And that was went to $30 book.
Okay. And every comment on that shit was negative about him self-promoting his book, manipulating the market. Look at this fucking guy manipulating the market just to get sales. No, it's called promotions, you dumb fuck.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
Of course, if I have a project, I'm going to say, "Hey, you guys, I got something really cool coming up. You guys should pick it up. Like, you won't want to miss this." I'm not manipulating shit. I'm promoting my book.
Exactly.
But to me, out of 100 comments where this guy's just trying to manipulate the market to push the sales.
Would you agree that manipulating would be, "Hey, there's only 10 of these books, and you better, and they're going for $50 each, and all of a sudden people are touching them up, and then they're going for 100, 140, 150 on these platforms." Would you consider that?
A little bit. I would say more of, here's a 3,000 print run. We only have 150 of them left because we burned 2,000 of them. That's manipulating the market.
Yeah.
So
and then
here's the thing. Because I got to speak.
Okay.
Right.
Why would you not promote a book that you're?
I don't know. That's why it blew my mind that people were attacking Tyler.
The reason why I said he did manipulate the market, and I also agree with Ryan that it's promotion, is because there is a time when you make something a pejorative, and there is a time when you make something what it is. If you create something and you promote something, and it is your thing, you are supposed to do everything possible within the realms of being honorable and just to promote and push your product.
there you go.
Yeah.
Every retailer manipulates the market. It's just, is it in a pejorative way, or is it in a positive way? And what I mean by that is it a way for them to get sales, or is it a way for them to do something shady in order to get sales? There is a difference.
Correct.
It is all manipulation.
Well, the conventional thought is that the market is collectible value is arbitrary, and the market decides the value, and that really isn't true. It's just not true, because it's too simplistic, right? And I had this conversation with somebody online who I respect immensely, but basically, like, you're assuming like the market is some neutral force, and it's not. There's a lot of variables at play, like platforms, like Caesar said. I mean, you get in, prices are influenced by FOMO, they're influenced by pressure, they're influenced by you don't have time to do the research, so they're trying to create scarcity. I mean, there's a lot of things.
I'm talking about manipulating the market for your own sales. I manipulate the market. I call myself the Robin Hood of the unfair market. I sell things to for the price of one. I have so many retailers tell me that I undercut them and I make it hard for them to sell.
I think that's different.
No. I have people tell me
that you're making the product much more available.
Yeah, but because you're looking the term manipulative in a pejorative sense, and I'm not. And I'm telling you, I'm manipulating the market. I am saying that I am, and I know.
Yeah, but I think manipulation. And I think manipulation has a negative connotation, right? Like if you're giving it to people for
it doesn't have.
If you're giving it to I hear what you're saying, but if you're giving it to people for a better price and you're making it more available, I don't think that's seeing it as manipulating as much as if you're inventing scarcity to make $100 on a book that was $9.
Yeah, but that's still, they're both manipulation.
Yeah.
Right.
They're both manipulation. Let's keep it real. Like
I am manipulating it's the same definition of the term.
I have a specific tactic, a specific set of ideas, and there are certain things that I intend to do. I have actually manipulated the market on purpose to the benefit of the purchasers, but literally on purpose. On purpose. I have CBSI did a report on something that I did. They didn't know that I did it. Peter will tell you, I did. Key collector multiple times. That Peter will tell you, my community used to say that key collector should pay me, that they should call me ish collector, because I've actually promoted and pushed things well before they promoted and pushed them publicly, and then had them take things that I promoted and pushed word for word, like literally word for word, create categories, the whole nine. And I did it on purpose. I've tried to hurt certain entities in the market through manipulation. I'm going to undercut you. And I'm going to come on eBay and I'm going to
that's just
undercut
stocks
you.
And everything else, though. I mean, any kind of signals, it's the same principle.
Yeah, and I'm going to undercut you on purpose because I want the market on this to be more affordable to people like me who like to consume.
There's there's a real quick short story, but there's a story about this guy who is the local grocer, and he, this new big chain moves in across the street, and I might have actually heard this here now that I think about it, but he moves across the street and the big corporate grocers try to buy him out, and he's like, no, they're good. So they start doing like tomatoes, or they're only 75 cents each. So he puts up a sign that says 60 cents. And
Ryan, I like your camera
angle. They repeat. They go, oh, okay, 60. So they drop it down to 50.
You can't see what I'm drawing.
And long story short, at the very end of it, he's got it down to like 10 cents. So they go, fine, 5 cents a tomato, and they end up going through all of their inventory, and they go out of business. And that's it's a small anecdote, but they walk across the street and he's like, how did you afford to sell your tomatoes like that? He's like, simple, I don't sell tomatoes. So it's like the point in that is like market manipulation exists in any field. I guess for me, the issue would be like if you're like buying it on your own credit card with a separate system, to be like, see, last sailed.
Right.
Last sold was this, and then $1,300. Like that would be my issue in my eye.
That's manipulation.
That's straight up manipulation.
You were the recipient of my direct market manipulation on purpose. You were the recipient. You were the beneficiary of it. Mm-hmm. What I did with those Ultimate Spider-Man #1s, when they were selling for $200 and $98, I sold them for $85 and told my community, buy it for $85 and go sell it for $150.
Yeah.
While everyone else is selling it for $200.
Because you still got the $4 and you're still going to make your profit on that.
And again, I don't. I just don't feel like, again, I know manipulation can go both ways.
Oh,
I think though, again, manipulation carries a negative connotation, and what you're doing ish doesn't really meet that criteria, because you're making things more available in a again, I'm not saying it for everybody, but you're making things more available in a hobby that is often greed driven.
Yeah, but this is the thing. if you eliminate, I'm still manipulating the market. I had 56 copies of Ultimate Spider-Man #1 and 9.8. 3 of them were 9.9s, right?
Cool.
I'm gonna make sure mine sell.
Right. I will say, using the same word, like
Right?
there's negative manipulation, there's positive manipulation.
Yeah.
Like what Ish does, positive manipulation. What everyone was, pushing on Kirk on, they took it as negative manipulation, and it was ridiculous to me because all I saw was like, okay, this dude
promotion.
is putting his heart into a project. He wants to make it good, and the book's great. Like if anybody hasn't read the book, it's great, and it does. Like if you want to go for that investment form, like the book is doing well on the aftermarket. Like for the most part that I've seen, like Ish said, it's like a $30-$40 book now. Just the regular ones that are in the shops. Like I have copies that were when he was still self-published and they weren't through Image.
Yeah.
It just cracks me up that like that fueled so quickly against Tyler for no damn reason. And it's like back to that, like why post that? Like what made you even think to go, hey, screw you, you're trying to screw people over with fake information. All he said was, you won't want to miss this book.
That's called promoting people. I don't know. It's marketing 101. It's PR 101.
Look at how many copies of crossover Donnie Cates sold by posting.
Well, and I think if you put people over money, people over money, it might work. It's better long. If you put money over people, though, it fizzles out fast. I mean, there's two good examples on this podcast. Like I bought from Ish, I bought from Sam. Always get good deals. They're never mercenary. They're never cutthroat. They take care of the people, and that's why they're successful. But like you have, again, I'm not going to bring up a bad subject, but like, you have like the whole heavy mental. I forgot what it was, like the Dan Quintana thing there. Again, not to bring them back into the mix here, but that left a lot of bad taste in people's mouth, and they didn't come back.
And what cracks me up, and like some of that stuff is avoidable, some of it is not. If you are a completist, that is not avoidable for you. Like you are going to have to try and get in there and get that book. You have a choice though to say, oh, they screw people over in your mind, however it works. I don't know the whole story between that, but you have the choice of saying, hey, I'm not going to buy it.
Mm-hmm. It didn't hurt Quintana. I sold so many bundles of this upcoming Halloween Glow in the Dark. I probably got 40 people I've never seen before, ever, claimed it on my page and then and prepaid for it. Never even seen these people. Like they came out of the woodworks for this 8-cover, $8 a book bundle. Obviously, I sold it for significantly less than that. I think I sold it for. I think I'm selling like $45 or something like that. But nonetheless, right? Like they came out of the woodworks for it.
I just completely agree with Ryan. Like, there's so much hate out there for
just random things.
Just random things. Just don't buy it. If you don't like it, don't buy it. If you don't believe in it, don't buy it. But don't yuck someone else's yum. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's 100%. You know what? I'm gonna go back to don't yuck somebody's yum.
YouTube, it wasn't working.
Put him at the bottom.
I can't find it, but it's almost like saying, what did Peter say? It's like saying, Caesar doesn't read. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Because all I do is read. I hate that guy. Right. Yeah. I keep all my books raw, which Peter does. Caesar, all he does is slab. Fuck that guy. I hate him. And it's like, why? And then
you
if
can
Peter
say that without mentioning comic books.
Yeah, what do you care? It's not your book.
Collecting for me because you flab.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say is that if Peter was one of those guys, he could make a post about me. The host of The Real Dracula's Wolf doesn't read comics and he doesn't collect raw. He just slabs everything I hate about this industry.
Right.
He does. I can't stand them. And then people come out the pitchforks and, fuck that guy. They never saw me. They don't even see the show. They don't look like.
The operative term is industry, fueled by people who collect for whatever reason they choose to collect.
Yeah. But yet he loves me because Peter doesn't have a choice because I'll block him. And he would never be on the show.
Peter's an anti-slapper.
Dude.
It's a good. Yeah, you're a good dude. You're a good dude.
Yeah,
and it's funny. Peter's an anti-slapper.
It works both ways.
Good dude.
all that stuff works both ways. It can spread the hate. It can spread the hype.
It can spread the love.
I'd rather spread the love than
Oh,
the hate.
yeah.
And it's
That's what you do.
we'll go back to Quintana. Like everybody, there were so many people that were bashing like the Quintana and how Mr. Wu bought that sketch cover for an insane amount of money. Good for him, man. Like more power to both. The collector, if he wanted it. He wasn't the only one that wanted it, clearly. So he wanted it. He won it. Great for him. Great for Dan for that payday. You never know when it's going to stop.
Yep.
But all these people.
And Ryan, I would even go so far as to say, like, again, and don't email me because I don't give a shit. But the only people talking crap about Mr. Wu getting that piece of work are the jealous people. Because if you otherwise you'd just be happy. Like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Like I will say some stuff is crazy. Like me and Josh go back and forth with it. We're like, holy shit, that is insane.
Right.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like more power to more power to both sides for taking that. Man, we all jumped through like the shit for the longest time. I love seeing people like get some stuff. But we'll go back.
It's great, but
somebody was saying
in somebody's corner for wins is great.
Yeah, somebody had posted like, you never know. So indie books, all this stuff, they're like, yeah, they ain't worth shit. Okay. I watched a guy, he took a book that no one's ever heard of most of the time. And he's like, yeah, Dan Quintana did one of these covers like 5 years ago, whatever it was. I don't even know the name of the book. And they're like, last year I couldn't give this thing away. And he sold it for like $250.
I mean, look at Daniel Warren Johnson's Do a Power Bomb, right?
Right.
Like that wasn't heavily
the book
ordered.
Is on a tear right now.
We're jumping off the porch to get to a power bomb, and it's his earliest first full run, and that thing is crazy, like crazy right now. You know what I mean? And that's it's first of all, I gotta say I don't understand the nature of people who want to get on social media and say things like, why would Mr. Wu spend that much money on it? Like, why do you give a fuck enough to get on social media?
Hey, we have a little one now.
What, Dan? He's been here.
No, well, that would be pointing this way, but in that corner.
Sam?
Yeah, we got a little one. Not Sam.
Sam's a little one.
Thank you very much, Sid. Yeah,
Sam's been here for a while. You know, the thing is that it's very. Let's. Ish mentioned the word greedy, Ryan. I think you had one on there about greed on your list.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, the accusation, yeah.
That all artists are greedy.
Oh, artists at cons are greedy. That's what it is.
Artists at cons. Are you guys greedy?
Y'all are greedy, and y'all should be.
So Ryan actually touched on this during the last couple of streams. If you don't mind me jumping in, Ryan.
No, go hit it.
But the expenses have gone through the roof to go to conventions.
Look at that smirk on Dan's face, boy. Look at that smirk on Dan's face.
Josh, just give me a moment to respond because Ish is already putting me into a box here. And so go ahead, Josh. But
you should see your face, bro. You should already see your face, man.
Now, hold on. Dan, I'm not going to disagree. Some are.
Listen, Josh, go ahead. Go ahead. Finish your thought.
I'm purely in a broader spectrum. I am the less the sensationalism or the showman's and certain charges to splatter a little extra paint. I'm not talking about that at the moment. But this kind of circles back to what I was talking about with Con Bingo, when people would be like, what Ryan was talking about with the poster. It'd be like, hey, it'd be real cool if you drew this. I think it would sell really well. And sometimes you listen and go, maybe. And sometimes you go, are you going to buy 500 of those? Then no, I'm not spending my time on it. Mm-hmm. And I've had some very specific commissions over the years. And that is what a lot of people these days, there is a mentality that there's like a time gap, I think, where they're like, they go back and they see the videos of like when Jim Lee was doing free sketches and did 600 sketches, in the span of, 8 hours for free, or, Ryan and I'm sure he's done at least 1 or 2 free comic book days where he did free kid sketches, or we went to conventions and as part of our booth space, we said, hey, on free comic, on Kids Day, we'll do free sketches. But it really comes down to time, effort, energy these days. Mm-hmm. And yes, circling to Dan's point, there are some things where the entertainment and the sensationalism of a person, be it their art or the rarity of the art or how they have been manipulated, to Ish's points, like into being bigger or better than they actually are. You are being part of the zeitgeist. You're paying for.
Yes.
A real side example I have is, do you guys remember the iPhone Sling from last year?
Oh yeah, the Pocket.
Yeah, the Pocket. Yeah, the Pocket Sling.
Mhm.
The very first thing I saw when I saw that
Android
was
users
it's going to
don't pay
sell
attention
out.
to iPhone.
Yep.
And then there's going to be a sub-market from crafters at conventions that are going to make their own versions of these, and they're going to sell them for a third or half the price. But it's all going to be like pop culture material. That was literally the first thing that popped in my head.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So when they're saying we're being greedy, it's like on some levels the corporate machine that is behind all of what we do. Be it like, hey, I'm just trying to draw genuinely. Like I want to draw, I want to create, and eventually I will tell my stories to people. More so than I've had the opportunity. But at the same time, like it's so weird because it's like, yeah, you don't think we're paying $20 for half a bowl of bento,
The answer is
at
yes.
the con, or
The
paying
answer is yes.
$40 for parking the same day, or $800 just to get there. It used to be $800. Now it's $1,500 to $1,600.
The answer is yes. You're greedy.
So,
and it's
and
okay.
to have-
You're
Well,
supposed
see,
on top of
I again, Ish, like we're never going to agree on this, and I don't think like you can make money, and I want everybody to live well, but you can't say it's greedy. Like you can't say yes, you're greedy, and that's good. No, I'm sorry, that's wrong. Like
okay, before you go on, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
Well, let me just finish this thought real fast. Like,
Yep.
first of all, for some reason, on this podcast, we've created this idea, and I was getting a lot of private messages on social media.
We love Dan.
Why are
Dan
you
is
against
not the
artists?
enemy.
I'm friggin' not against
The
artists.
yellow
Like,
and black
Dan is not the enemy, people. We love Dan.
Dude,
Dan
I'm
is not
buying
the
like
enemy.
$100 a week in my LCS of stuff. Like
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
Right.
I'm reading everything. So
I think that's kind of funny that people are messaging you that you're against artists.
it's
No,
crazy.
Dan,
It's like,
listen,
dude,
listen.
I'm not.
Dan,
Like, I'm really
Dan's
not.
gonna
But here's the
complain
thing.
about the artist price and still
But-
pay it.
But
And
here's the
secretly,
thing.
it's
And I
just
will
like
pay it.
6
Like,
different
I mean,
ghost
that's the thing.
accounts manipulating the market. Yeah.
But what I will say is this, Josh, and Josh, by the way, I appreciate what you do because I know being a creator is a grind and you're doing it for the love of it. So I have for Ryan. I love Ryan. I love Josh. Caesar's okay. Ish is awesome. I love Sam. But I will say $60 a signature really feels like a kick in the teeth.
I quit.
That's
Oh my
fair.
God.
That's fair.
I need to go to
And
the bottom.
also,
It's-
and let me go even one step further. Let me go one step further.
Just
This CGC tax, like if I'm bringing a book to get signed, and because I'm going to slab it, I'm paying more, is another kick in the teeth.
Caesar's face.
I
man.
think-
Caesar's like this
think
again.
any
This is like
anytime
makeup.
we have an artist,
Well,
that-
you guys brought it
Can we
up. I
get-
didn't, Ish. You brought it up.
Can we
No,
just get
I
their
didn't bring it
stance
up.
on those two things, and then we can move on?
I don't want to.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
not
Yeah.
going to spend a lot of time on that.
Ask Dan a question. Really quick.
Go ahead.
Dan, and when you say when the reason why I say greedy and it's okay, here's a question that I have for you. Would you take minimum wage for what you do for a living right now?
That's not apples to
No,
apples, Ish.
I'm asking you. Just answer
But
the
it's
question.
not apples to apples.
but-
You're saying if
but-
I would take
No,
the
no, 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 no.
minimum,
Wait a
you're saying
minute.
if I would take the
Wait,
minimum for
stop,
something.
Stop. The reason why it's not apples to apples is because you're not answering the question to see where I'm going.
Yeah, because it's not a good question.
Would you take minimum wage for what you do?
No, I would not.
Do you seek?
But
in-
but am I
wait a
taking
minute,
maximum wage for what I
wait a
do?
minute,
No.
Wait a minute. In your career field, do you seek to make the most you can possibly make? Would you like to be promoted? Would you like to excel? Would you like?
I won't answer those questions because we're on live on the air
So
and people
I
could be
will
watching.
boil this down in a better way.
People could be watching.
In a more, and it's based on one of the other topics we'll get into, like to get the heat
You
off
son of a
Dan for 1
bitch.
second. We all know Dan is a lover of comics. Dan is
Haven't
never the
supported
enemy.
that.
Dan, unfortunately, is just the main collector in our group that you bounce the artist stuff off me. We bounce the retailer stuff off these two knuckleheads. Dan is our collector. When we're going to the greedy thing, I'm thinking of a different way. But to one point on that, when
Dan is the
No.
Jose Canseco
You're right, Count Ripken of podcasts. So, like, another thing that has just been brought to some artists' attention, and it's not on any of these big cons, but it is being put onto little cons by another artist, and he showed me the proof of it. I could not believe when he posted this. There are now application fees for artists at some shows just to fucking apply. Let's just put that thought into the matter.
That's crazy.
What do you mean just to fucking apply?
I
Like,
say
just
like-
get into
like-
Artist Alley.
Like, I want to be in your artist alley. Let me fill out the form and send you $50 for you to fucking tell me yes
And
or
it's
no.
non-refundable.
Correct. Let's throw that on the table real quick.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay,
That's
so
bullshit.
now to kind of cross on that with the whole greedy thing, like it touches a different point that we were talking about con sketches and commissions. Now we can't get into this completely because obviously we don't have that much time.
True.
When one of the guys was talking about artists being greedy, it was based on his commission that he had picked up at a con, and I want to say it was San Diego. So the guy had posted like an example, like, this is what I paid $500
Aqua
for.
Velva bottle.
Yeah, Aqua Velva bottle. It was deodorant. This is what I paid $500 for, and with this artist, and it was a great artist. I'm disappointed because this is what I thought I was going to get, and it was a take-home commission quality.
Yeah.
And we're like, but that's two different things. And the guy's like, $500 is $500. Like, yeah, but you're talking about in a matter of minutes or a matter of months.
Yeah, that's not fair at all.
That's
fucked
just
up.
greedy. He's trying to get as many people in as he can. Yes, we are.
That's
because we're also trying to make people happy. You know how many artists I walk up to and I see they're like, oh yeah, my commission list is full. And people get distraught and disheartened. Well, I'll pay more. That's not really the point. It's like, I can only do so many in a day. Why can't you do more? Well, because then you blast me on the internet for not having cover quality fucking work.
And the thing is, you want your commission list to be full, right?
Right.
You want to have a full plate. You want to know that I have income coming in, and I want to be able to, you know what I mean, pay my shit, and you know what I mean. Like, I would imagine any working artist wants their commission list to be full, right?
But we also want expectations to be set of like, hey, these are con sketches, man. Like, if I'm going to charge you for a cover quality, I'm going to charge you $1,500 like a cover rate. And now you're going to blast me on that. Like, oh, Ryan's commissions are $1,500 at cons. Well, because
how much you charge, Ryan?
What?
How much you charge for a remark?
$100.
How much for a remark?
Yeah.
Do
and his
people tell you
are friggin' amazing? I should
well,
show you
if
the
you already
one.
know, I mean, yeah, right.
Yeah.
If do people come to you, Ryan, and say how much, and they go like,
Oh,
"No,
yeah.
I'm cool."
Yeah.
Well, it's a different world. Like, there are people entering the Artist Alley every single show, and they're like, "Wait, what? How much are people charging for art?" But then there's regulars who go there and like they'll drop thousands.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And
it's interesting,
But I don't
right?
think there's a huge barrier to entry in comic art right now. Like, there's a price range for everyone to get started, which is
of
why I
course,
love the original art space right now.
Yeah, but they want the person they want at the level they're willing to pay.
Oh yeah,
And that's it. And Ryan, to your earlier point,
Ryan.
art is subjective. So if you're there for the art, if you're there for the good story, if you're there for the inking or the coloring, and you are just happy to be there and have a nice piece to be proud of, there's something for everybody. But if you want that investment grade hot FOMO item, then stop bitching about it. Just pay the money and shut up. Like,
I'm so
that's
glad
what
you
gotta
said
do.
that, Dan, because the reality is, right, people are so finicky and
Put
so
up the money.
subjective and so fucking weak. And what I mean by that is, I'll pay $5,200 for a giant size X-Men #1 in high grade.
Yeah.
Right. Like, and I don't trip over it. Dan, you know, we talk, you know what you want to pay for a free rent, and you're not going to trip over that. You know what I mean? If the right one comes along, you know, you got to pay, you're going to pay it. Sam, you know what I'm saying? If there's something that you really want and that you value, and your value,
Sam's my
your
sugar daddy
value
right now.
It's subjective, right? You're going to pay for
Gotcha,
it.
boo.
We all can say that. And then, so I'm going to go to a con and I'm going to see Sana Takeda, and I'm going to get a commission from her, or I'm going to get some art on a monstrous cover, and I'm going to say, you know what, $60 is too much. But you're my you're writing my favorite comic in print. Period.
Yeah, but this is
right?
this is where like we really have to speak the same language here, because again, I'm not even talking about remarks or art.
This isn't directed at you, Dad.
Okay, I'm just saying that because I said the $60 number earlier, and you're
using that as an example, but I'm not directing it at you.
Okay, because I want to make sure we're very clear. Like art, remarks, commissions, sketches, make all the money you want to make. Like, God bless you, make it all. But I just say a signature or a tax on me wanting to slab a book that I bought of yours, and I didn't come with a short box. I've got 3 books in my hand. Like, I mean, come on here.
Dan loves this subject. He will feed on it.
Dan, you're the same guy who said earlier you don't feel bad for people that couldn't get the $150 exclusive.
I mean, there's been a lot of when you look at the price of like various pieces of artwork lately that have hit Whatnot in particular, there's been a lot of critique on like, is it actually worth it? I mean, Clayman just had a piece, an Appleseed Absolute Batman homage,
with a Catwoman on the cover,
$11K on Whatnot. I thought it was amazing.
Yeah.
And then Quintana's went for like 11,000 or 18,000.
18.
It's
18.55.
I mean, honestly,
where Daniel Warren Johnson's at now compared to
good for them.
Like 2 years ago.
Good for them.
Well, here's and it's
they've worked their entire life
it's back on that whole artist subjective. Everything can be manipulated. Now, I don't follow like a lot of every artist's like timelines and all that stuff, but I do find some of it funny because.
Let me ask you something really quick, Ryan. Was Brett being greedy when he took a blank of Dork #1 and did a full sketch on it and sold it for $4,500?
I mean, if somebody wanted it, no.
Someone paid for it.
I don't think he was being greedy. You know what I mean? Like, this is the most successful project he's ever worked on.
So for us, it's a promotion. Like, everybody works and tries to get to the next rank so they can get more money. We're doing the same thing. We're starting at the freaking bottom, and the higher we go, the more money we can make for signatures, sketches, cover rates, all of that.
Yep.
So, like, for people to say, "Oh, it's just greed," nah, man, we just went to a different level. Now, again, there is those certain things that it is a level of like, oh fuck, now that's just fucking greedy. But
$75 too much for a signature.
But I mean, depending on who you are, and I guess what it's on.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to touch on that. So go ahead.
Now, part of that is also like, where's that coming into play? Is it on Whatnot? Because I can start my shit at asking price every time, and what it goes to is all on you guys.
Yep.
I have nothing to do with that. I say I charge $600 for a piece this size. It went for $4,000. That's on y'all. Like, that's not me being greedy. That like, you'll hear me say stop.
Market. Yeah.
Enough. That's it's what you guys want.
That's Dan Quintana, right?
Right. So now what cracks me up about the whole Quintana guy, like that stuff, I don't pay attention to the again, their career growth and all that. So Sam and Ish, you guys would know better than I did. When did what was the milestone where all of a sudden his covers went from a decent price to holy shit? What happened?
Absolute Batman 16,
yep.
Was it?
Which
Sam?
one? For who? For
Quintana.
It was just that book dropping?
It was Batman Wonder Woman, I think.
It was Wonder Woman,
It was the
Heritage. With the first appearance of both.
So it was the auction, right?
The auction.
Holy fuck! This guy's original art went for $100,000.
Correct.
His work is amazing from now on.
Of Absolute Batman, it was an Absolute Batman
16.
Right.
Correct.
16.
That's what I thought. But like, can you guys see the correlation? Like, this guy sold one piece of art for $100,000.
Yep.
In the entire, I'm not going to say comic community because it's the online. It's the reseller community, the Whatnot, the eBay Live, that went, holy shit! Now his stuff is gone bananas because of one thing.
Does that mean that all? Hold on. Does that mean that all his shit is going to go for that much?
It is at this point.
It will definitely impact the book, the art. So, like for example, right now the stuff he had at San Diego, he purposely said it's not for sale right now.
Yeah. Yep.
Right.
Emphasis on for now.
And he should.
Yeah,
because
he should have agents,
renting it out
and he should have a handler, and he should have all of those things like a gallery artist would have, right? And I'm going to give you an example. In the early 2000s, 2 issues of National Geographic. In the early 2000s, they used to use eBay as a record of value because it was the biggest online forum to track sales. So they use it as a record of value for what a thing is worth. Now there's several different ways to determine value. eBay was a primary factor, and 2 issues of National Geographic broke records. Why? Because an individual person who collected National Geographic needed those 2 issues and was willing to pay a lot of money for those 2 issues. So by paying that money, he set the value on those 2 issues. Someone who decided they wanted to pay $100,000 for a Dan Quintana piece, that's what they valued it at. And retroactively,
and
all
from
of those
then on,
he just the value of his work is elevated.
And that's how it happens every time. That's how it happens with the Banksy. That's how it happens with the Basquiat. That's how it happens with.
But that's what cracks me up when people are like, "It's why that's like it's unheard of, or that shouldn't be the case." Like, you guys did it. Like, we didn't do it. He didn't do it. You guys determined that. The consumers.
Yep. Dan Moore has been doing this for years. Simone DeMeo and Dan Moore are probably for a long time. Finally working for Marvel and DC, and now their pieces are beginning to elevate. Sam,
I will say I got the chance to meet Dan Mora. He is the loveliest guy.
He's so nice.
He's the person.
Simone is my dude. I love that guy.
The man was I was at an event and he was signing like nonstop, like literally all day. And to that, with Dan, as far as like the $60 signature, sometimes that price point is reflective of there. Obviously, yes, greed comes in occasionally, but that is not 9 times out of 10. It is not the artist. It is other outside forces.
Yeah.
But the other side of it is like
them or something.
Yeah. So sometimes it's hey, I'm spending all this time doing signatures and I don't have time to do the art. So I have to find some sort of counterbalance for my hourly rate to what Ish was discussing. And then the CGC thing, I don't really witness that a lot, but I have witnessed the CGC upcharge when it comes to artists and writers that are currently not employed with the publishers, like to date. Like they might be legends and key character creators and so on and so forth, but they charge extra for it because I would argue a large majority of their audience is resellers at this point, because they're like, hey, I'm trying to get as many signatures as I can before you die.
Yeah.
It sounds dark and depressing, but it's just like, hey, look, they don't got health insurance.
Legendary artists are usually cheaper if it's a straight, like a CGC private signing.
Yeah.
Usually cheaper than say like a Brett Bean or like a Daniel Warren Johnson or like a James Tynion, right? Like you can get a Chris Claremont for $75. You get a Frank Miller for like $95, whereas Brett Bean is like $125. And you know what I mean? I think his full covers were like $450. At the most recent CGC signing for Brett Bean, he did full sketches. They were like $450 to start, which is up to the highest I've seen so far, right? When Tony Fleeks was there doing the covers, they were like, what, Sam, $150? When they were doing the Stray Dogs, where they would do your dog on the cover. Well, anyway, really quick, Dan, what you don't know, and this might shed some light on the signature thing. It used to be, and up until rather recently, and it may still be the case with some retailers, if they brought in an artist or creator,
that's how it started.
They're paying the creator, they're flying the creator in, and then they need the creator. So it was like a quid pro quo. The creator has to sign so many books, right, or remark so many books and sell so many books at a certain rate, so the retailer can make their cost up. And then the creator had to comp the retailer in case they didn't make their cost up. Like, you have to comp me like 50 more books with signatures and remarks that I can sell after you're gone in case I don't make this cost up. And literally, that's put on the creator. This isn't told to the person who's coming to the store to get the signing, but this was generally the deal. So it wasn't a favorable deal to the creator. Yeah, you're going to get flown in. Yeah, I'm going to pay your hotel. Yeah, I'm going to pay dinner. Yeah, I'm probably going to pay you a fee. But a lot of the money that you make is going to come from, I'm going to pay you up front. Right, how many books did you do? Because you're not going to make money off the books. I'm going to pay you up front. I'm going to make all the money off of the books. and I need you to be able to do this many books at this rate. And then if I don't make it up, you have to comp me books. You have to do another 50 or 100 books with signatures and remarks. I don't know if you know that, Dan, but that was the deal before creators got into this position now where they're more empowered to be able to make their own.
Yeah, but that was like that. We're not even talking in the last decade. That was a deal.
No, we're talking
decades ago.
We're talking just a couple years ago.
No.
I promise. I'm a retailer.
So
Sam,
I can tell you, I didn't start charging until
Mike
recently.
Grell came to 3D Comics. You
I
remember
want to say
Sam
3
when
years
Mike
ago,
Grell came?
maybe for me.
Yeah,
Maybe
just a
3,
couple.
4.
I'm telling you, Dan.
I
it might even still be the case.
I just started charging for signatures recently over the last couple of years. Part of it is because it's such the norm that some people appreciate you not charging and some people just hand you money anyways. But it got to where, like, I'm not going to say a hazing thing, but you'll get like the other artists like, hey man, you need to charge.
Sure.
Like it makes everybody else look bad.
And I think it's okay to charge.
This is the deal that
I think it's okay to charge.
I'm a
the other thing is people aren't buying all the books. People aren't buying all the books. People aren't getting as many commissions. People aren't doing that. So I know artists that are like, yeah, I do the show. I charge because if I didn't charge for autographs, I'd legit make no money because they're just not picking anything else up.
So Dan, and to the listening audience, and if there's retailers in the audience,
Dan and the listening audience, but to Dan,
no, y'all can vouch. Dan, if I'm a retailer, let's just say how it normally works. If I'm a retailer and I bring in an artist, I'm gonna fly that artist in. I'm gonna put them in a hotel. I'm gonna pay them.
Okay.
That means everything that they do, I keep everything.
Okay.
Because I'm paying you up front. So generally, what I do, like me and Kevin work together, and I bring Kevin in. I don't pay Kevin, but I don't take any money from his remarks and signatures either. Nothing. He gets 100% of everything that he does. Kevin lives here, so I don't got to fly him in or anything, but he gets 100% of everything that he does. If they're my books, I get the money off of the books because they're my books.
Right.
I did the exclusive. They're my book.
I guess I get it. I mean, this is going to be a road to nowhere. So,
I mean,
how would you do it, Dan? How would you do it if you had a store and you brought in an artist?
Ish. I'm not going to unpack and whiteboard this. What I'm going to basically just say is to do this in 5 seconds and to charge a lot of money to do it. Again, we can define what a lot of money is to do this, which takes 2 seconds. Right? There's got to be a medium there. And I'm not devaluing an artist. And I'm not saying they shouldn't charge whatever they want for their art, their remarks, their commissions. I'm saying to do this for a fan that's already bought the book, trucked to the con, brought the book to meet you,
had your own
for
expenses.
3 seconds of your time to spend a lot of money on 3 seconds of your time. There's got to be a medium there. And for somebody to just say, no, it's good to be greedy. I just don't agree with that.
I tell you what,
that wasn't the scenario I just posited.
I know what you're saying. I get you.
So hold on. So I'm pretty sure Ryan or Josh, I mean, if someone goes to your book and they love your cover and they buy the book, right? I'm pretty sure you ask, do you want that signed? Oh, that would be great. You offered, right? You'd be like, I'm gonna sign it. Yeah. Here you go, right? Because they bought the book. They bought the book from you already. Absolutely. They're like, and you asked because there's probably some people out there who don't want any signatures, no remarks, nothing on their cover.
That was me.
There you go, right? They want it. So do you want that book signed? And they're like, no, I appreciate you asking, but I'm cool. You don't go, do you want that book signed? Yeah, do you mind? And hand it over and you go, okay, that'll be $15.
No, but there are those people.
Oh yeah,
there are those people, and that to me is a weird thing, right?
That's where that negative, greedy thing comes in. Where I'm like, come on, dude, that's wrong.
I've been like, you just ruined my book by writing on it, and now you want me to pay you?
You don't offer to buy the book. I mean, you don't offer to sign the book. Sign it, and then go. That'll be $15. Well, you didn't tell me that. Well, it says right there.
And I'm going to tell you, Caesar. 15 is okay. I mean, we're getting into the point where I'm literally going to cons now, and I'm dropping thousands on just signings, just signatures.
Kevin doesn't even like to charge for signatures. I'm like, yo, dude, you're charging for signatures. I always be like, yo, you're charging for he. Listen, I've done live streams with Kevin where I've sold my exclusive, and Kevin was like, yeah, Ish, I don't really charge for signatures. I'll charge for remarks. I'm like, yo, bro, you're gonna charge something for signatures.
Oh, for sure.
You're going to. I want you to be able to eat and be successful and get your money. I'm not taking any money from your signatures and your remarks. I refuse to do that. I refuse to be a retailer that wants to eat off of your work. I'm going to make the money off of my books. But
I will
you're
leave
going to make your remarks and your all of that. I'll write Kevin a check out up front for every.
Let him go. Caesar.
We'll stop the show. We'll stop the show with this. And I told the story before. I have a buddy of mine who's a celebrity artist. I mean, he's a celebrity actor. And he had a booth. I was sitting next to him, and he was signing these pictures and this and that. And this guy comes up to him and he says, "Hey, yeah, man, can I take a picture?" He goes, "Absolutely. I charge $5." And the guy looked at me and said, "Oh, okay, cool. All right, man. It was nice meeting you." He turned around and walked away. And that guy, he looked at me, and my buddy looked at me, and I'm like, he's like, "See, it's just I gotta charge." Or else I wouldn't be making any money. And you guys know, we had discussion last time, is they think that all you artists are making hand over fist at these cons. And I brought this up. They don't realize it costs money for the table. It costs money for the flight, for the trek, for doing your shit, the lodging, the food. And sometimes you guys come out in the red. Sometimes you guys come out in the black. And if it's a good show, you come out in the green. But it's not like you guys always come out in the green, and it's just misnomer that you guys. What I mean by you guys is the artists. On this channel.
Yeah, it's a grind, man.
The creators are always making money. Always making money. You know, you guys are being greedy. You know.
So Bronson, I just want to answer that. Kevin and I did an exclusive of Exquisite Corpses #6, the serial killer variant. I have tons of Kevin Delgado's Milk and Cereal Cigs on that exclusive. We co-designed that exclusive together. So absolutely. I have tons of Kevin's Milk and Cereal Cigs on Exquisite Corpses #6, the serial killer variant featuring Rascal Randy. Really dope. Caesar did the reel for that. Also really dope.
I did. Yes, it is. I'm fucking dope. All right, people, look at that. We're just like that. Josh, I told you, man, 2 hours.
Hey.
Flies by like it's
it goes crazy.
It goes quick. All right, so this is the time of the show where we go around. People start to pimp their wares, where to find them, and all that good shit. Let's start with the guy who has nothing, actually the least to pimp. Mr. $60 a cig. Dan, $60 Tree City Comics.
Guys, so don't DM me, please. I'm
leave Dan alone. We love Dan.
Creator. No matter what these guys try to antagonize, I'm telling you. But I will just say, I do love the community. Find me on Instagram, Tree City Comics. I am always writing about the books I'm reading, the shows I'm watching, the collectibles I'm buying. Love to connect with you out there and get your opinion, you know, the good, the bad, the indifferent. I hope pretty soon we can spoil the Spider-Man movie on this podcast, because we really need to talk about that
next week.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
And X-Men 97. X-Men 97 too.
And X-Men 97 is good too.
I haven't seen it.
But you know, again, Josh, I'll tell you, first time I got to really talk to you in person, learned a lot. Thank you so much. And Ryan, as always, I love you, dude, so much. Thank you both for doing what you do and inspiring imaginations everywhere. It's just so much appreciated.
All right. Thank you very much.
Bronson, I'm glad you got that exclusive. I'm glad you got that.
All right, Sam. I know you got here late, but still, as always, you contribute with some good stuff. And every single time, man.
Every time.
He's the only one.
Missed you guys over the past couple of weeks. It's been pretty busy.
Yeah, man.
You can catch me at Comic Sam Collects on Instagram, Comic Sam on Whatnot. Give our exclusives company a follow, Sequential Art Comics. We have a lot coming up. We've got Absolute Cassandra Cain, Shadowland, exclusives for Absolute Batman 23, 24, 25. I think we have all 4 issues of, this is peek behind the curtain, of G.I. Joe Tomb Raider coming up. Plus some Chain Kata news and some really exciting NYCC news. So it's going to be a crazy couple months coming up here. But stay tuned. And if you want to chat comics or anything fun, just shoot me a DM. But appreciate you all.
Right. Sweet. All right, Josh, what do you got going on, man?
Oh no, not me. All right. Well, obviously you guys can follow me at Art of Josh Lyman. Mostly on Instagram these days. I'm a little overly zealous on posting most of the time. But let's see. My newest book is Fall of House of Slaughter number 4. I got to do the 4th issue. Kind of concludes the House of Slaughter universe. So I was super happy to be able to rock and roll on that. And then I got some cool books that are coming up in September. I will be at New York Comic Con, so I will see you there. We got some cool New York Comic Con exclusives. Ryan, of course, will be there as well. Spoilers. But no, it's gonna be a blast. Obviously we got to wait till certain release dates and times, but got some cool stuff in the works, and I'm super excited to see where the next few months take us, because I'm gonna be busy drawing, and it's gonna be great. Oh wait, I almost forgot. I do have a Batman Day. I'm going to be doing an artist spotlight because Ryan's got his this week.
This was felt like a couple years in the making. Finally, get Josh on the podcast, and
I appreciate it.
Happened to be mine, and appreciate you, Josh. It won't be it's your first, but hopefully won't be your last time on the show.
No, hey, thanks for having me, guys. Genuinely,
of course, Ryan. What's going on, pal?
What I do? I was drawing. I'm sorry.
Not a damn thing.
Oh, we're all flexing drawing. Okay, I see how it is.
Josh, ask these guys. I'm always drawing on here.
Yeah.
No, as Josh said, we'll be at New York City Comic Con with PCB Hobby. We have a ton of stuff lined up. I'm excited to you guys to be able to see like what all of our artists have. It's generally fun working with all these guys. It's interesting. We can't talk too much about it, but it'll be a couple of the first times where you'll be able to get something from all 4 of us, and including our newest member, Nate Melendez, who's amazing. I'll be at Dallas Fan Expo in September. As Ish says, we're dropping Miles Morales number 1 this weekend, doing my artist spotlight on eBay Live with PCB Hobby. It'll be fun. The boss lady's coming, so everybody can harass her while we're live. See who makes it out alive. Dude, we have a lot of stuff lined up and cooked out. If anyone's ever interested in like the behind the scenes of stuff you do not hear and see at cons, I actually made a comic book. It's called Con Artist. People don't realize I'm legitimately making fun of everything that happens in the industry, from making comics, going through editorials, cosplay, writers, comic book artists, doing cons, sharing hotel rooms with 5 other dudes because you're so broke to get into a con. Like everything you could think of, I make fun of that crap. So if you want a little comedic way of like, is this shit real? It's all based off real stuff. A little exaggeration, but it's based off some stuff that has really happened.
You did have a Garrett Gunn, right?
Garrett Gunn and Shannon did an issue of Con Artists called Boss Battle. I've done Con Artists. We're actually on issue 7.
I was about to say, I was like, it's at least 5.
Yeah, we just dropped issue 7 on our Kickstarter. Issue 8 will be sometime next year. We're taking a little bit of break from it right now. Indies have kind of dropped a little bit with the absolute world taking over the comic industry. So when the indie world comes back up a little, we'll drop some more fun stuff. Again, Dan loves all of us. We love Dan. Dan is playing his role of devil's advocate as a collector. So don't DM him. We all talk. He's great. We get to pick on him because on this show, he plays the part of the enemy. He's not the enemy. It's always fun, Caesar. I have some guys lined up for the next one. We got some more interesting topics. Again, man, if you don't want to be talked about on here, don't post dumb shit on social media, because I probably screenshot it and wrote it down so we can talk about it here. There you go.
Because I'm pretty sure, Ryan, you're going to have you have questions on that pad of paper of yours that we didn't even have a chance to talk
100%.
about.
Oh yeah.
Plus, you'll probably think of some other stuff by the time we do
100%.
All
There's
right,
never lack of that.
You got that right. Ish, my man.
Art of Josh Lyman.
Yo.
I need everybody to go to Instagram. I need you to follow him. I just did it because I put my money where my mouth is. All you see
Appreciate
is
it, man.
dope covers, dope pieces of art. You just scroll down the page and all you see is fire. Legit.
Appreciate it.
Fire. Legitimately. So go there. Like, I don't know what you're waiting for. Go to Instagram and follow Art of Josh Lyman now. Ryan Kincaid. Y'all should be used to him by now, right? And it's always a treat. It's always a pleasure. He's like the sixth or seventh, like he's the host, right?
Yeah.
He's bringing
He's a
artists
six man off
on.
the bench.
We never get to finish these gripe sessions. Ryan, you don't know. We sit backstage. Ryan has
Appreciate
a list
you.
of things that we want to cover. We get to like 2 of them. And
Yep.
Dan takes it back to the original one, like every time, as the commenters are saying. Make sure y'all following Ryan Kincaid, and I mean that. Make sure you are following Ryan Kincaid. Now, Ryan Kincaid dropped his first Marvel book, the dope Catwoman. Really dope. If you missed it, so sorry.
Yes.
Fire, right? Now, Miles Morales. I'm going to tell you, as the spec guy, as the guy that makes sure that you're putting your money in the best investments. Miles Morales, #1, first appearance of the Revenant. Ryan Kincaid has a fire exclusive, probably the best exclusive. It's as good as DeMail's open order cover. Like, it's fire. It's fire. Listen, I got a sneak peek of it some weeks back. It is fire. It is a key book. Make sure y'all go get it. PCB, whatnot, NYCC. Make sure y'all get it. Y'all should be following Ryan. If you're not following Ryan, what you doing? Like, y'all should be following him. Caesar, and I'm doing Caesar first this time because I'm going to save the best for last. The best being me. I'm gonna do Caesar first. What another fire show, and I mean that. What another fire show from one of the greatest social media contributors in all of comics, period. This thing is only growing. We have fun every week. The topics are really dope. Love this, the real Dracula's Wolf After Dark podcast. Y'all need to follow it on YouTube. You need to follow it on Instagram. You need to follow it on all the social medias. Y'all need to force Caesar to put it on TikTok, put it on Twitter, all the things. But y'all need to go follow it. Y'all need to give this man his props. Every week, he is quickly becoming a godfather in this industry, a go-to guy, the best kept secret, and pretty soon it's not going to be a secret. Y'all are in on the ground floor. Period, point and blank. Comic Sam, I don't know where he's been. Maybe he went to China. Maybe he went to Korea. He's been gone. He's been out of touch for a long time, but I'm so glad to see this guy, one of the best people.
China.
one of the best people, seriously. One of the best people that you will meet in this industry, always willing to help people out, always willing to find stuff, always has dope stuff on deck. He always has something coming down the pipeline. I know he's got various minions, underlings. He's doing something in the dark world. But every time you turn around, he's dropping a hot exclusive. And not just one, like 7, right? Like 7 hot. He just went down the list. So follow him. Comic Sam Collects. He created one of the dopest groups on Facebook, the Exquisite Corpses group. This guy does stuff. He keeps doing stuff. I can't say enough about Tree City Comics. Can't say enough about Dan. I know y'all want to hate on him right now. He chose to be devil's advocate. He chose to be.
Wonder why they want to hate on me, Ish.
He chose to play devil's advocate for your entertainment. He chose to play devil's advocate for your entertainment. This is always a gentleman and a scholar, and I mean that. I mean that. This guy will come on here, and you think he's complaining about things that he'll actually pay for.
I'll be right back. Somebody just threw a brick through my window. I'll be right back.
He's gonna pay for it. So don't get it the wrong way. Don't jump in his inbox. Follow him on the Comic Underground. He always has something insightful to say. Every week he posts really dope reviews of the comics that he's reading, because he's actually reading them, unlike someone on this show. He's actually reading them. Shout out to me. I'm Issue X. Yeah. And I am that dude. I am the Robin Hood of the unfair market. You see my social medias, Comic Sense on Instagram, Comic Sense on Facebook, issue.x on Instagram. When I say I'm the Robin Hood of the unfair market, I missed my show. Every Tuesday night I do a live stream with new books, keys, spec, first issues first appearances. It's called hashtag all the spec. You can find that on Facebook. I was not able to do it tonight. We'll be doing it tomorrow. And when I say I'm the Robin Hood, this is what I mean. We will have Miles Morales #1 cover A and B sets, 2 for the price of 1. We'll have Absolute Batman #23, first appearance of Clayface, cover A times 2 for the price of 1. We'll have Rascal Randy #2, cover A and the polybag for $5, which is less than 2 for the price of 1. We're going to have Gastronomique #1, cover A and B, 2 for the price of 1. Our key of the week is Hello Kitty #1. We're going to have that for 25% off. When I say we're the Robin Hood of the unfair market, we are the Robin Hood of the unfair market. We want you to win. We want all of the smoke, full-fledged middle finger war with the unfair market. That's what it is, and that is what it is.
Wow. All right. Jeez, oh, Pizzo. That's why I leave him for the end, because he just doesn't shut the fuck up. Hey, everybody. Don't forget, next week we have Aaron from Josh's Comics, and we're gonna have also Lee from Old Man Warrior. But let me tell you why. Let me tell you the topic next week. Josh is all about say no to FOMO. That's all he's about. If you've seen him on Instagram, say no to FOMO. We have a guy here who's all about the spec. So we're also, and the reason why I'm bringing Lee, because Lee has he has a law enforcement background aside from being a professor at UCL at USC.
We needed him on this show.
We're going to talk about theft in LCSs, theft at Comic Cons. We're going to talk about scammers. We're going to talk about all that stuff. And if you guys don't know, he's a professor of criminology. So he talks about the mind of the mind of the weird ones that kind of do some wrong stuff. Not only that, yes, we will finally talk about Spider-Man, Brand New Day. Hopefully by then everybody will watch it, because we're gonna drop some spoilers. Because I finally saw it. I finally saw the Odyssey. And just to kind of go back real quick, something that Ryan said we talked about earlier in the show about people don't fact check and they just spit out shit and everybody goes with it and listen to it. There was this thing saying that Elliot Page was replaced and now he's Achilles. Elliot Page does not play Achilles. Okay?
And the Odyssey was the best movie I've seen this year.
Yeah. Okay. Just let you know, Elliot Page. So relax.
That's
all right,
good.
guys. So that being said, let's go ahead and have a good night. And as I always say, don't be a douche, please. And we'll see you next week. Peace in the Middle East.